This week, David is more excited for a puppy than he ever was his own children. Chloe breaks her car, and I get assaulted. So, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, it was a whole thing. Anyways, let's strap down, let's strap in, and let's do this.
This is just another trucking podcast.
Ooh, Gemini update. I have not had an explore of that yet. That's kind of cool. That's fucking cool.
What's a
What's
Gemini?
Gemini? Is that something on your
It's
phone?
the Gemini's the AI tool on it all. But the thing is, I'm kind of hoping it will integrate with the actual Google Assistant. Like, you know, because even I don't think Apple's actually integrating proper AI. It feels like the assistants. They feel very kind of like, I don't know. They just haven't really improved over the years. Do you guys have an Alexa or a Google Home?
I have both.
I've got like a little Google
Do
thing.
you have? I love it. I use it, but I wish I could use it more. In fact, like with the AI and the questions that you can actually ask it.
I don't know where mine is because I didn't use it. I got bored of it.
Really?
No idea where it is. It's somewhere in the house. I think it's behind you.
We've got all ours hooked up to the lights and shit. So
The only thing that we use
cool
Google
stuff.
for
Whoop-de-doo.
is for a timer for the stove.
We
for the
do
oven.
use it for a timer quite a lot. The world's most expensive timer. Google.
But I don't even use like Siri in that because that annoys me. I
Come on,
ask it a question and it goes, I don't understand. What are you asking me? And I'm just like, you know what? It's easier to do it myself.
Let's just start the show,
Yeah.
Tom. Do your thing. Let's keep
Well,
this conversation.
right, we have started the show. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I know.
But,
I know.
like,
I know.
You're wanting it. You're wanting it done officially, aren't you? You're not wanting this like Joe Rogan style. We just kind of start mid conversation.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You're
It was
the one who wants,
you.
You're the one who wants to do
You're
an
the one
intro.
that said you wanted
I
to do
said
I
it
it.
was
love
you
that.
that wanted this.
It's just a lot
Yeah.
of the time what happens is that you guys, okay, all right, so what are we going to talk about today? And then all of a sudden there's huge pauses that I have to fucking fill. And I was like, no, I was like, no,
You're peeling back the curtain,
David.
That's honestly.
It sounds like a you problem.
that is a me problem.
Right, let's start. Hello, this is Just Another Trucking Podcast. I am your host, Tom, and I'm joined, as always, by my good friends, my co-host. Hello, David. We're going to go for
Hello,
you this
sir.
week.
Oh, hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, you happy
No,
that I
I
did you
don't-
this week?
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah, it's
unexpected.
more
I was
natural.
expecting Chloe to go first.
Well, yeah, I know, but I like mixing it up because it keeps you both on your toes. Otherwise, you've always got that one person who's like on the video behind me. For those people who are watching the YouTube video, you'll get that. But for those listening in their truck, behind me, I've got like giant kittens that are licking
They're
the
not
screen.
giant kittens; they're regular sized kittens.
They
that
are,
happen
yeah,
to be...
but they're zoomed in.
Yeah, so there's quite a lot. But
There's a lot of movement. It's cute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But look,
there is a lot
by
of
the way,
movement.
I've got a competition this week as well, which is kind of exciting. But yeah, hello David, hello Chloe as well.
Hello.
Introduce you two. Yeah, I have a competition. and
You
the
can't.
competition-
You can't start off. You have a competition. All this
we
exciting
were,
stuff.
we
and go,
were in
yeah,
the
hi,
middle of
Chloe,
talking
bye.
about AI.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I know, but
And-
I've got a competition. No, because kittens. I am giving away a kitten.
Oh
this
right.
week.
Okay.
You just have to live local to the Cumbria area
Uh-huh.
and not be a dickhead. And message me saying that you want a kitten, and there's a kitten. There's one. There's a kitten. It's not really a kitten. Just get
But
one.
isn't your area full of dickheads? So that'll be pretty hard to find, yeah.
It's the sum.
I mean,
the
if
sum.
someone's
They're
prepared
not
to come and
really.
drive for a kitten, though, then you know
Yeah,
it's
that's
a good
kinda
home.
nice.
So you know,
Yeah.
if you're prepared to drive to Tom
Mhm.
and get a kitten, I think you're a good
Yeah.
home.
So yeah, competition.
They are cute kittens. I wish I could.
Oh fuck, they're
First,
so
first
cute,
come,
yeah.
first come, first served. First serve, first come. What is it? You know what I mean.
First come,
Two of
first
those
served.
are
Yeah,
very
First come,
different.
yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to the AI, so we have Amazon because of the TV. Our TV is Amazon. We lose remote all the time, so all we do is verbally say, "Hey, Alexa, pause. Alexa, this," and we love it.
Yes. Yeah, we're the same with the Google.
We use it as our nanny cam as well. So if I want to take a look at the kids in their room, I can just go, So it's actually show Bob camera. It doesn't understand show Des camera or shows Desmond camera. I kept I kept having to change the name, and it wouldn't actually hear Desmond, and it would just the search Desmond on YouTube. I'm like, no. I'm like, all right, give me another name. Bob. Okay, fine. His name is now
So
Bob.
you've effectively named your camera, is what you've done there.
What about
Yeah.
Ragnar?
Well, we've ordered
Yeah,
Bob
but
works.
that works.
Bob
Okay,
works
fair enough.
just fine. But
Have
Yeah,
you called your kitten Ragnar?
Oh my god, I should. That's a great idea.
It's a little boy kitten, isn't it? The one you're keeping.
Well, yeah, there's a chance we might be having two of them.
well,
Depends
one
what
needs to be
'cause it-
called Ragnar.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, if
Yeah.
we keep two, one will be called Ragnar.
Yeah. 100%.
Do you
I'm
think-
quite disappointed now?
you should call
Yeah,
one of them
yeah.
Tom. So when you do give the cat away, they'll always be associated with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
have
would you not
Tom.
like if like 'cause we got two rescue cats. Well, sort of rescue. One was one we got off someone. The other was a rescue cat. We actually rescued it. Well, I say this. We actually basically one of our cats we stole.
Yeah, I think we've explained.
I
this on
remember
the
that.
Yeah,
podcast before.
yeah. Because the guy that had it, it was going away to Germany, but he'd laughed about throwing it against a wall. And me and Mrs. were both like, yeah, when we get this cat, that's it. We're keeping that. And we got it, and then he came back, and we're like, yeah, the cat's happy now. So yeah, and then
He's
he
found a
kind
new
of like
family.
we said why, and it was then Kale's birthday, and then he was like he then gave the kitten to Kale as a birthday present. We're like, no, you didn't. No, we just took your cat because you
'Cause
do not
you are
deserve to have a
perfect.
cat. Yeah, and
Well, he made himself feel better about it. That's the main thing.
I don't really give a fuck about him. He threw a cat against a wall. The guy doesn't, you know. If you're gonna fucking abuse, and that thing is, you can actually tell as well. Like she didn't like being picked up.
Oh, really?
Like she would yeah. But now she actually does.
She's a
You can
lovable
pick her
cat
up
now.
and like yeah, she actually is. She's such a different cat to the one that we first got.
Aw, that's
but
cute.
yeah. Should we talk about like trucks and shit?
Yeah.
Just suddenly occurred to me, we're talking about cats and AI.
Yeah, I think we can move on from cats. It is cute.
We have
Yeah.
we could move on to puppies within 24 hours.
Oh, have you got your puppy yet?
I'm getting a puppy within 24 hours. I ridiculously enough, I'm nearly as excited for this as I was for the birth of my kids. I love my kids, and it was a great day
Puppies
and
are
all that
cute,
kind of stuff.
Exciting.
But
Yeah.
we're gonna call him. Drum roll, please. No,
Ragnar.
no, you don't.
Ragnar.
How did you guess wrong,
Okay,
Georgie?
I like that.
Yeah, it's just
And
a
what
simple.
puppy is he again?
He's a Brittany.
That was it.
Yeah,
Is it a type of
And,
spaniel, wasn't it?
I think so. But when every time I click on it or whatever, I have to pick when I'm filling out the forms and all that kind of thing. Brittany just pops
Yeah.
up by itself. You know what I mean? There's no
No,
spaniel connected to
yeah.
it. But I think it used to be at one point called a Brittany Spaniel, but now it's its own little thing.
No, when
but,
you told me about it, I had to Google it. They're a really nice breed, actually. I'd never heard of them before, to be fair.
Very easily trainable. It doesn't bark very much. Good, really good with kids, and it's just he's a pleaser. He wants to do tasks. You know, like he wants to constantly. He wants to learn.
Yeah.
He wants to play fetch. He wants to do a lot. He'll get very muddy
Yeah.
and he'll play with the kids in the mud, and just know that there's going to be a lot of that kind of stuff. And like, yes,
He's just going
absolutely.
to be a happy dog. Happy dog
know,
that's up for everything and anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I seriously, I can't wait. The amount of money I've spent on the stuff that you need for him. You know, like
What have you
'cause I
bought
gotta
already?
go.
Oh,
Kennel.
so it's like a proper gun dog then.
Yes. It's bred for capturing birds. And, so
That's a bunny animal. That like, aye, it'd be a good one.
yeah. So was it?
Just quickly though, go back to going back to like your kids, and you're saying about like being excited for them, right? I've got an odd thing for you.
Oh.
When my kids were like not born yet, but I was
Uh-huh.
waiting for them to be, I wasn't excited. It was kind of like for me, it was like it. I don't know. It just wasn't real
Can I be honest?
Okay.
until I held them.
I wasn't excited about Logan. I know that sounds awful.
Yeah.
I'm
No, I
moment
don't know.
you
I know
arrived,
exactly what you mean.
I
Yeah.
just accepted it and I was like, yeah, this is all right. But
Yeah.
I remember my boss going before saying, "Oh, are you excited?" and all this. I was like, "Yeah, I mean, it's all right. I've looked
It's,
after
you know,
lambs,
it's-
baby
it's-
lambs before. I'll be fine."
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then,
But,
like,
Yeah,
when I held him in my hands and I was like, "Holy fuck, I would kill for this little thing." Yeah. If someone comes near me, I'll murder them. I'll fucking murder them. But like up until that point, no, I was kind of like, it was just. And you know, it was happening, and I knew it was happening, but it didn't. I'd never had that excitement there. Did you like? So did you? But did you, David? Like, did you have that excitement?
For the first one, I didn't. Well, I was 20. I don't remember, put it that way, but I don't remember. I remember how much I cried when I saw him for the very first time.
Did you?
And yeah, I just, I was out of happiness, isn't it? But before that, I don't know. I don't think I was. You know what I mean? I was still so
it's just
young. I
happening,
was still
isn't it?
eager to
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
I was still eager, and I wasn't even very happy with the one I was with. You know what I mean? As in, like, I just felt, I felt like it was a shotgun wedding.
Yeah.
But the next time round, I was extremely excited. Extremely. I didn't cry when I held him, which is fine because I think it was because I was excited.
Yeah.
There wasn't that much. The emotion didn't change. I think it's because
Yeah.
the very first kid I had, the emotion changed instantly. I went from like,
Yeah.
okay, cool, and all of a sudden there's a baby. Oh my god, But I think that's what happened. And like when the newest kid got born, I was like, all right, let's do this. It was just. I already know what the feeling is. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, this is just going to be extra hard. And it's just like, okay, fine. I love him. Absolutely. I'd die for him. You know what I mean? But it's like, all right, let's do this. There was no, it wasn't anything. It wasn't anything new.
Yeah.
But I've been wanted a dog forever, for absolutely ever. But I just never felt like I was in the right position to give him the attention that he deserved, or that I wanted to give him. Now I'm home every day. I can possibly train him. I can do so much with him. He's going to go on walks. He's, because I'm finally there. I'm finally in a position.
The kittens potty train themselves.
Yeah.
Are we going back
Like-
to kittens?
No, but we're just talking about toilet training. Like they toilet train themselves.
Yeah.
The mum does it all, doesn't she?
Well,
No.
Well, yeah, that's something I was unaware of. The mum eats the poop until like they start eating solid food, and I was like,
Really?
What? Because I was like, where's the poop? Like, where's the poop? There should be some poop here. There's no poop here. Where's the poop? And Kayle's like,
Easy cleanup, isn't it?
Some
Well,
people are
I didn't
expecting
know
this to be
that.
said, but
That's fucking-
where's the poop, Robin? All right, if you watch How I Met Your Mother, you'll understand that. I'm sorry. Okay, carry on.
No, I didn't. But I did.
I know, but
yeah,
some people.
But, yeah, but either way, I didn't know that. And well, basically, they started pooping in the corner, and all we did is just put like a little tray down with some litter stuff in it, and then that was
Yeah.
it. They're like, "Yep, this is where we go," and they were absolutely fine with it.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Easy.
there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of people. Like, have you ever heard of crate training?
Crate training,
Yes, with
no.
puppies and that.
So basically, it's you're making their crate their favorite place in the world. That's what you want to do. So if you do have to leave for a few hours, they're very happy with that, and that way they're not going to eat
Yeah.
up the couch. They're not going to eat up anything and all that kind of stuff. And like, not that we're planning on leaving very often, but it might be a good idea just to practice it. So there's just it's just keeping this place where he sleeps or whatever. Just the best. And yeah, I got to do a lot of research. There's going to be a lot of YouTube videos in my near future. And, I even got a potty area outside. I literally built a 6x8 area fenced off. It's got a bunch of gravel underneath the fake grass. And this is where he's going to, because this is going to be the area, because they like to poop and pee in the same area. So this will be the area.
Yeah.
A lot of it, the fences there is not for him. Now he can't get out. Is so the kids don't get in. Because I'm trying to keep the backyard in a place to where you can actually have, really, you would have to. How can I read that? How can I read that and think what I'm going to say at the same time?
Just very quickly, for those people who are listening, in chat we can put up comments and we can kind of like, but as people are chatting, like patrons currently chatting away, and so we can put up. And one of the people in chat is his missus, and she's just said, "David, your son just looked on my phone and said, 'Daddy,' and
I
yeah,
presume it's
that
the
his
it
first
is baby
time?
son.
yeah."
No, it's the first time she's probably heard it. But,
Oh no!
but it was
But
cute that she saw.
if it makes your wife happier, I did read something the other day that the first word is daddy. That's because they're meant to have a maternal instinct with the mama. There you go.
Is that what you guys
I
are
think that's
convincing
just
yourselves?
bullshit. but-
It's that's bullshit.
It is, but I was trying to make it feel better, all right?
No. Well, in fairness, it's actually the actual reason isn't. It's not one of them things which is much better. In fairness,
No, it's meant to be
but basically,
easier to say, isn't
duh
it? That's literally.
is easier
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah.
than "m." It's like a it's
Actually,
a difference.
no.
So
I'm going to
it-
disagree with you because both my
Oh.
boys said "mama" first, but it didn't. It wasn't "mama." It was "mama, mama, 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 mama." You know what I mean? It wasn't quite "mommy," or they weren't referring, but they literally both said that first, so they can make the M's. It's found. They just don't want to. So yeah. But what I was going to say, all right, before I lost my train of thought, as in it was the fences to protect the kids from going onto the pee-pee area and the poo-poo area. So
The danger area, the poo bomb
the danger area, because I just don't want to have shit all over the fucking lawn. I really don't.
I mean, you don't want that mixing with your kids, do you? Let's be
No,
honest.
and that they're going to pick up that shit. But I'm going to pick it up anyway. At least this will be easier to see, having an actual area for it. It's going to be right outside the window where we sleep as well. So in the middle of the night, if it needs to go, it'll just all you do is open up the window. There it is, done. Simple.
So one of my cats started like, for whatever reason, she started pooping in the bath.
Are we really going on with this now? That
We are,
these kids
we are.
and
Right?
animals are
No.
pooping? Right, okay.
This is a training thing.
Okay.
Because I was thinking, if she's pooping in the bath, fuck,
to be fair,
that's
my
not far.
cats used to
That's
poop in the bath.
right, but that's not far from the toilet.
Yeah,
So
you can
she's
train
in
'em.
the right area. But what do I have to do to get her to poop in the toilet? Because that would be
Years and years of
fucking
training.
It's
unreal.
actually, Tom, it's really easy.
Is it
I
really?
did it.
Is
I
it?
had 2 Maine Coons and I trained them to poop in the toilet.
No.
Really easy.
Amazing.
You can actually go on Amazon. You can buy this kit, and it's like it's got like 3 levels to it that you put on the toilet seat with a bit of litter in it, and then
Yeah.
they get used to pooping on top of the toilet. And then
I
you
wondered
take
this.
layers. You take like the middle bit out, so there's a little hole that they poop through, and then you slowly, like after a week or two, take a next layer out so that the hole gets bigger. So eventually, you take out all the kit, little kit, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And then you take the top half off, and then they just know to go up there and poop. It takes
Wow.
about
That's
3
amazing.
weeks.
That is
Literally.
That's it.
delightful.
Literally doesn't take very long at all. And then you don't have to deal with cat litter or anything. They go and wee in it, everything. I'll find you the link if you want, but I got it, and it's really easy. There you go. David, you're going to try it with your puppy.
They couldn't, could they?
I
The
don't
only
know
time
if you can do it with
I'm
puppies.
picturing, I keep picturing movies, as in like when it comes to cat peeing in a toilet, I think of Meet the Fockers.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when
the
I
white cat.
picture dogs pooping in the toilet, I think of Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, with the big ass dog.
I think that this is where I got the idea from, was Bruce Almighty.
I was thinking of the whole cushions thing and everything, where the dog is always peeing, but he lives in New York, so it was kind of hard to get it all the way downstairs.
You've got outdoors. The only way you could do it with a dog is you'd have to get like steps up to the toilet
Yeah,
and put a lamppost in it.
but it's fine though. Like, apparently they can when they get a little older, they can hold it in for quite a long time. But
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
quite
think
well
they're ever.
trained.
I honestly, I can't see him ever being away, because my wife works from home most of the time. I'm home
Yeah.
every day. You know what I mean? So I don't think is ever going to be in a position to where he needs to hold it, unless we're going to be flying to Ireland or England or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then
And
you have
we
someone
need-
else look after him. Yeah.
Well, unless they're going to be
Tom-
in underneath the airplane.
Is
we
Tom
bring him-
currently Googling toilet, Kaz.
I'm not buying poop things on Amazon. I swear.
Oh, come on, get back to the bloody podcast.
Oh, no. I am on the podcast. Look at him pooping in the toilet.
Oh my
Look how
God.
good he is.
Do you think that's a real picture? Because
Yeah,
have you
real.
seen on
Look at him.
Amazon how you can't trust any picture nowadays? Every picture that they put on
You really
Amazon is a
can't,
bloody,
can you?
and sometimes it's stupidly ridiculous. I'm like, what? that cat is the size of a person. Do you not know perspective?
So there is,
And
yeah.
like-
This is something I have noticed, and they'll put like a picture, and sometimes like the pictures you're looking at, it's like that's such a weird like thing to compare this to. Like it doesn't kind of help me in any way. Like they'll put their hands down next to the thing, but like, how big is your hand? Because
yeah, well,
like if it's my hands, that thing's looking tiny. But if it's my son's hand, holy shit, that thing's looking huge. Like it's like
It's probably a regular person's hands.
yes,
what's regular?
My
the
hands are pretty
average. They
regular.
take
Yeah.
all the size hands and they average them. So that's what's regular is.
Yeah,
don't
a
really.
pair of hands that you wouldn't look at going, oh my God, you've got small or giant hands. A pair of hands you just look at and go, meh. There you go. That's how you size it up.
It does seem to be like a lot more just shite, doesn't there? And like you look at some of like a lot of the stuff, and there's just so much, especially with like. Have you actually bought stuff on like is it Temu and stuff?
I've
That
learned.
sounds
My
familiar.
brother does. My
Temu.
brother buys loads of Temu because they've learnt a little hack. And
Go
their little
on.
hack is the moment you buy like a load of stuff, and then the most expensive thing on the order, you literally just say no, it's faulty, and rather than asking for a return, they literally just reimburse you the money and don't ask for it back.
Well,
Did they really?
Yeah,
I
really.
that may be a hack, but isn't that borderline stealing?
Mm,
It's questionable, David. Who knows? Anyway,
listen, we're here to give top tips. So that's
Okay,
your top tip of the day.
we're here to save
This is
money.
how you.
I
yeah.
wonder. Now, I was having this conversation with my wife, so I just returned my. So there was a book that my wife bought my kid, but turns out she bought two of them by accident because one came in a set and the other one, whatever, right? And so I went to return it, and they were like, "All right, we're going to go ahead and just send you the return, and you can just throw that book away." I'm like, "Well, okay, fair enough. All
That's
right." So
literally
it
what
just
they
saves
do.
them money not returning it. So I got my money
Yeah.
back, and that was all great. Another time, it was just there was a light fixture where the glass didn't quite fit, and blah blah blah, and they just said, "All right, yeah, you're good. Just throw that away, and we'll send you a new one." I'm like, fucking hell. I wonder if there is a website out there that has a list of these products that you can just add. So knowing that you can get and like these are the
think-
ones that they don't want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are the
But
items that
see,
will not
you,
be returned.
you say it's like it's but the reality is a lot of these companies they do fucking like my missus has got stuff on TikTok Shop and some of it's actually really nice, but sometimes it comes and you're like, yeah, that's clearly not what was advertised. That's clearly like that they've intentionally done that, and they do, and it's the reality is there is like a lot of elements like out there that it just seems to be like wanting to just make something cheap and shit, especially some of the electrical shit. Like I got some like from like one of the pounds places. Just
Mhm.
like I just needed some cheap like Bluetooth headphones just to kind of tie it
For a pound?
For a pound?
No,
Yeah,
it wasn't. They were like
shit
they were
ones.
like they were less than a tenner basically.
From a pound place.
And
That's a
yeah.
rip off.
well, they didn't even work.
Rip-off
Didn't even like they wouldn't connect. Then only one of them connected, and they were just dog shit. And the thing is, like again, it's just they put some pretty packaging on there, and what they're actually trying to do is, and what they bargain on is they bargain on people not bothering to return stuff.
So Tom,
They will have they'll have like a percentage, won't they, of like if say for instance 30% of the people return this item, then or less than 30% say then we'll
Yeah.
make a profit of X amount, and they're just banking on that they know what they're making is dog shit, and they know it's going to break, and they know people are going to get returns, but they're just banking on we're really lazy as like
so
and it's
buying
just
headphones that are fucked, is that the worst thing of your week?
oh no, it's not. Holy shit. Nice segue. I liked that. It was good. It was
I was
like
trying to
really
I
butt
didn't
in
know it
and
was
get
going.
it
I
right.
didn't know it was going to be a segue. Otherwise, I would have added something
did I.
else to the thing. Like,
Oh, okay.
God dang
What,
it.
what are we going to add?
but
add to it?
I'm not even
You can
going
do it
to.
now,
I just wanted
tense.
to bring that up as in like sometimes segues are just not right away. I'm like I just wanted to say it like sometimes they make
dang it.
packaging to where you got to cut it open, and then you feel like you can't return it. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah,
you end
yeah.
up ruining the packaging, and like they're never going to accept this back. And I feel like sometimes they rely on that. And like this was a shit product that I know I can't return it, you know. But and a lot of times I don't
fucked
And
return
I
it
have
because
to. I have to go
fucked
to the
up.
post office to go and return it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's too much hassle.
Oh, really? Oh, we have to. Oh, it's very convenient for us to return shit.
Well, you
No,
can just
we
put stuff
post
in
office it.
the little box outside, can't you? Your little mailbox. And they
No,
come and collect
no.
it from
There's
there.
a UPS store really close to us,
Okay.
and you just have to. You don't even have to put any package. You don't even have to put any stickers on it. You just
What?
you know,
Just send it
yeah.
back.
There's no, yeah. You give it to the guys in the store, and they're like they'll scan something on your phone, and they'll like compare it to the item that you're returning. I'm like, all right, you're good. Look, here's a receipt. Done.
Wow.
Seriously, it's
Oh.
really
Well,
convenient.
we need that here. Holy shit, that'd be
Yeah,
fucking amazing.
there's certain
Like-
stores that do it. We have a place. It's Kohl's, and it's like a closed store, and they actually have a department there for the returns for Amazon. So it kind of gets you
Really?
in. It kind of gets you in there too, and then they give you a bit of a coupon for the Kohl's store. So hoping that you'll actually do some shopping there. So it's kind of clever. I'm like, good for you.
That's
You know what?
very smart. In fairness, that's very smart. That needs to. If that does happen here, let us know. But I've not seen that before.
That's pretty cool.
But that is something that does need to happen without a shadow of a doubt. Should we talk about my fucking bad week?
Yes, I want to know about
It's
it.
not like
It's
you
just
to
been
have a
back to
bad
back.
week.
Yeah, I know, right? Fucking hell. So this is kind of like this is a bit of an odd one because this is not a situation that I've ever been in. So on Friday, I have to go and get the boys. This is like a whole thing. I have to go and get the boys, despite the fact like I've been at work all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing.
Yes.
But so I have to go and get them after work, and depending on what time I finish, because it's like a 3-hour round trip plus half an hour for loading, and I'll have to get fuel along the way and stuff like that. So you're talking like 3.5 hours realistically. And if like there's a lot of weeks where I'm not getting back here and the boys aren't getting into the house until like 10 o'clock at night. And that's just not fair on them. Like it's not okay on them. And also as well, by that point there, I am fucking exhausted. And it's not really okay for me to be driving in that sort of condition.
Yeah.
So I have to kind of like set off as early as I can do. So on Friday, on Thursday, I'd taken someone else's truck out because mine was in for service.
Right.
And I put a load on the back of it, expecting him to be in on Friday. But come Friday lunchtime, I hadn't seen him. And so I called up the office and I just said, is this person in? I've not seen him. They're like, no, he's not. I said, well, I'll come back to the yard because I put a load on his back. And because with mud, if it sits all
you need to
weekend,
get rid
it'll
of,
just
yeah.
it'll just be on there. And that's it.
Yeah.
You're not fucking, unless you're shoveling it out, you're not getting it off. So I came back and swapped trucks. And gave mine a bit of a once over, just checked it over for Monday. And I thought, if I can, I'll fill it up tonight. But if not, I'll come in the morning and I'll get it filled up then. But I'll come in a little bit earlier.
Yep.
And so I went out. By the time I got back, I was like, fuck, I just don't have time for that. So parked up the other truck. And I thought I'll come in early on Saturday because I was in then. And I'll get it filled up and get my day started. Saturday morning, get there for like 6:30, 6:15, something like that. And as I'm walking in, I can hear this yelling. I was thinking, what the fuck? Who the fuck is that angry in the morning? And I come round and I see a guy that I'm not the most keen on already in my truck, yelling, screaming.
What?
And as I went up to him, like, I said, "You all right? What's going on? You fucking twat! You fucking..." By the way, I'm gonna have to bleep out some stuff here. Sorry, David. So you might want to time.
Well, just don't.
Well, okay. Well, basically,
pretend.
calling me the C word, calling me all sorts, basically. and he's so angry. He's spitting. And I know this is not the most
spitting
important part
out
of the
like just as an
but he's literally foaming at the mouth. He's so angry.
Right.
And so there's spit, and I'm trying to like avoid it. And this is not the most important part of the whole story. But I had a muffin, and I saw this bit land on a muffin, and I was like,
I mean, that's terrible.
I hate that. Oh, that's awful.
so that was it. I couldn't eat that muffin then. And this is not the most important side. And this story gets a lot worse. But just bear in mind, I am still genuinely annoyed about this muffin.
Yeah, I would be.
So his problems are that it's only got half a tank of fuel in.
But this
But
is
I'm
your
in there
truck.
early. This is the truck that I'm running. I've been in this truck for like 3 weeks.
Right.
So I think he expected, because it's Saturday, I don't think he knew I was going to be in. So that's
Right.
fair, okay? That's not, but the reality is I'm here to take that truck. I am here. I've got intentions. Also, it has a flat tire. Now, I did a walk around as I leave, as I always do, and there's no flat tires. Reality is, a flat tire, it kind of goes down overnight. What the fuck
it
is,
can go
what
down
am I supposed to fucking do about that? And then the other thing is, there's product stuck in the back of it, which I was aware of. And the reason it doesn't, the body doesn't go up all the way. It's close, but just not, and just there's a little section where it just gets stuck.
Yeah.
It is what it is, it happens. So he's screaming. I'm trying to calm him down.
What, is he just another driver?
It's just another driver.
Well,
Just another driver.
Did he take
in
that
fact,
truck?
oh no, we'll get onto that. But
Okay.
just see what's in your imagination, and it is uncanny how much he resembles him. Do you know Hot Fuzz?
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, do you know the guy that goes yarp?
Yeah.
Yarp. Yeah.
Honestly, like this guy,
He's as tall as you, then.
He's not that tall, but like
He just
he's
reminds you of
stocky built. I think if they were ever looking for the missing link between us and like Homo sapiens, is it Homo erectus? Is that the one that basically I predict? He's the missing link.
Gotcha.
I do genuinely believe that. I think. Anyways, so he's fucking screaming and shouting about this, and eventually he kind of just walks away while calling me a twat and all sorts of stuff like that. So I'm looking at this thing, and by this point here, it's kind of like 20 to 7. And I was thinking, well, other people should be in by now. So maybe it's just me and him today doing this job.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll go and put my truck over by the workshop, and I'll go and see if another truck's unlocked, and I might take that out. That'll sort that out. And so I go and have a look in another truck, and then he starts fucking screaming at me again. And I'm like, I walk up to him like, listen, dude, what's going on? Why don't you fucking call me dude? Don't you fucking twat? I'm like, what the fuck? And I said to him, dude, it's Saturday morning. Why are you this angry? Why this angry? Come on. And I said, are we on the same job this morning? No, we're not on the same fucking job. Obviously, we're not on the same fucking job. I'm like, how's that obvious? How the fuck is that obvious? And then he goes, hey, don't you fucking smirk at me. Then gets out of his cab and starts coming at me.
Oh my
And then
God.
starts fucking shoving me two-handed and starts fucking shoving me. So come on, fucking come on. I've never been in a fight before. I don't intend to be in a fight. It's not something that I'm ever like, bucket list. See the Aurora, be in a fight. That's not things that I want to do. Like the Aurora, definitely. The fight, not as much. But anyways. So he's proper going at me. And fuck. Anyways, he kind of doesn't back up, but I was like, whatever, dude. I just walk away from him. And I can see him that morning running around telling everyone about the story. And I'm in my truck.
What
I'm just
did you
like,
do? I still don't know what you've done.
no, you've heard it. You've heard the whole
did I miss
story. This
Right.
no. The reason I've not done anything.
Yeah.
The problem was
That's
that
what
the
I
truck
mean.
wasn't.
What if you
The problem was that the truck that I was driving.
had a flat
didn't have
tire
enough
and
fuel
half
in
a
it.
tank of fuel? But
Yeah.
he wasn't using it, surely.
Yeah, I know.
Or was it he couldn't be bothered to sort out his, so he was just going to nick yours or something?
Someone I found afterwards. He tried to get in the brand new truck, and that was locked. So there is a theory that he tried to get into that, and then was pissed off he couldn't get in that, and then when he found out he couldn't use mine either, he was pissed off about that, so he had to go in the older truck.
Right.
So I don't know. Either way, it wasn't. It was directed at me, and it fucking well damn well shouldn't have been. But
Wonder.
anyways, yes, for a completely show. So I kind of I just let it be, because what I've always been taught, what happens with drivers stays with drivers. That is the kind of that's what I've always been.
I've
taught.
never heard of that.
Well,
I've never heard of that. Fuck them.
Well, for the kind of more muck and kind of construction and shit like that the stuff that I've been in, it's always been what happens with drivers stays with the drivers.
At my place, they will tell everything and whinge at everyone about anything.
So I keep my mouth shut about this, because as far as I'm concerned, yes, the guy assaulted me. He assaulted me. I could have got police involved. He assaulted me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was bullying. That's what he was trying to do. Because he clocked me, and he knows I'm not going to be fucking starting a fight or out like that. He knows. And that's fine. I don't really give a fuck. It's like the missus said, she kind of thinks it's like he sees it as like two silverback gorillas going at each other, trying to kind of because he was the biggest guy before I came along, and he tried to kind of sees it as
it's a bit of a
dominance thing. But what it actually is a silverback gorilla and a golden retriever. Because I don't have silverback gorilla, I have golden retriever energy, and that's fine. That's my jam, and I'm okay with that. I'm down with that shit, because that's fine. I just want to sit and listen to my podcast. I don't want this shit. This is too much hassle.
But you did tell management, right? You did go in the end.
Well,
so I certainly would have done.
Wednesday came, and then I'd had quite a few people come up to me, and some of them have said, you need to go and say something. Some of them have said, he's just a fucking... Well, in fact, I say that. I have not met a single person. In fact, almost everyone's come up to me, and every single person's come up to me with a story about what a dick he is. In fact, I know the story's got out, and other companies have said what a dick he is.
Oh,
wow!
There's another company
100%.
called Elliot, and they know about this, and they say he's a dick as well.
But you haven't told people.
So
he's the one who's been
This
spreading
is
the
all
story.
from him. Yeah.
So on Wednesday, someone comes up and goes, and they said, "You do know he was in the office, basically saying what a cunt you were," and he's told the owner David as well.
Wow.
And I looked at him and I said, "You had better be fucking joking me." And I fucking saw red, and I was like, "Well, fuck this shit." So I've gone in and I've gone and seen the boss, and I've said to him, "Has he come in here?" And he says, "Yeah, he has." And I said, and I filled him in on the full story and said, "Do you know this is what actually happened?" I said, "This is fucking bullshit." And so he's gone and told Robert, I shouldn't say, but yeah, basically kind of the transport manager, and gone and told the owner as well.
What's he told them?
And they said that he's laid hands on me, but he hasn't said he said that he grabbed me or something like that.
What,
is what
he
said
that to the boss?
Yeah.
Right.
But so he said that to them. And I've very much corrected the story, and I've gone, and then someone else said, no, there's someone else you need to go and speak to, because there's two owners. Well, there's three owners, three brothers,
Right.
and one of them is not like the others. And
Right.
I've gone and told him, and
Right.
I've also gone and told our line manager as well.
Yeah.
And
100%.
and if he comes up to me, and what I'm going to say to him is, I'm sorry, dude. I figured you wanted everyone to know about it. I've just filled in the blanks for you. I've just made sure. The reality is, as the drivers and everyone there at Lawson's was kind of, well, pretty much everyone had the same understanding that I did. What happens to drivers sticks with the drivers. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He broke that contract. He was the one that assaulted me, and he's broken the contract. That is the fucking biggest dick move I've ever fucking known. So no, at that point there, I'm going to fucking, he tail-tattled on me.
But you didn't do anything.
And it was him who was in the wrong.
He was trying to control the narrative. He was trying to get...
I think that, well, yeah. That's another theory.
But
that
are
he
they
was
going to
trying
act on
get
this? I
ahead of it.
take it they are going to act.
Well,
on this.
it was Wednesday that I said something, and they're gonna like. I've not actually been in to actually go and ask and see what's happened about it, but like there's I mean, I will say I saw him on Friday, and he just blanked me. So
have you put in like a proper complaint though, or you've just told them? Because I suppose they can't really act unless you fully put on a complaint.
So I've not written anything down, but for me, I've made a complaint. Like
right, well then they've got to act
is,
on it. They've got to act on it then if you've made a complaint. They've got no choice.
Yeah.
Wow. What a balance.
I never got into a physical altercation. I just verbal. There's been a lot of verbal altercations and just a lot of yelling. Usually, once I do yell, most of the time they kind of back off because they can see the anger and it's very loud. And so, but then as soon as I calm down, I call my boss. By the way, you're probably going to get a phone call because this happened, this is why it happened. So this is me kind of control the yards of I did yell at him, I didn't lay a finger on him, and this is why this is what happened. He was blah 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 blah, you know. And anyway.
Apparently the week before he did something else to another driver, and the driver got out and came at him with a cab bar. And apparently he hid in the office until he left for the day. yeah. It was apparently like he was being like this like. Well, I'll call him Michael because he reminds me of Michael from Hot Fuzz. But Michael said something to this other driver, and basically this driver apparently came at him with a cab bar and was gonna twat him. Wow. So he ran upstairs to the office and hid in there.
Wow. That is too funny.
So apparently he's like a fucking
balance.
Thing is though, because I am quite angry about this now, and I
mean,
like, and
that's annoyed me thinking about it.
Yeah,
what a wanker. What a dick.
Again, if I've done something wrong, you know what? I'm the first to fucking admit it. Like, but
are you the first?
Honestly, usually.
I was annoyed this week because I got moaned at by the weighbridge operator. Not even a transport manager, nothing like that.
In fairness, anyone who's ever worked on a weighbridge is a wanker, so don't worry about it. It's fine.
Well, hey, dickhead, I've worked on a weighbridge.
That took you a second.
No, I just obviously like with the Ro-Ros and that, we all help each other out and we'll get jobs done. And we've got, we started really early on Friday at like 5 o'clock in the morning. All right, maybe not really early for you guys, but for us that was early. We got in to get loads of shit done and get all our work completed because there's only 4 of us in the depot on our side. And we team up and do it all together. So throughout the day, we're organising the jobs, and then we get to a point where two people are going to have to go and do 2 jobs in one site to get the work done, and then I'm going to stay back at the yard and tip like 4 bins. That's fine, whatever. I do that. But what had happened is the drivers had spoken to one of the bosses, and then the word hadn't got back down to the little whatever she is, and I came onto the weighbridge. Yeah, we got a message. Obviously, she'd whinged and kicked off at the transport manager going, they've weighed on and done this and this and this, and really royally kicked off. So we all got a message saying, can you guys just tear her out sort of thing, like a shitty message. And I was like, no, I'm not having that. So I went and picked up one of the bins and went on the weighbridge. And she was like, what are you doing? I was like, well, I'm re-weighing on one of these bins to go and tip because we haven't got time to do shit. Basically, and then she starts going off on one, and she's like, "Wow, you guys have all not tearing out, and all this is outstanding." Rah, rah, rah. I was like, "Well, I'm sorting this shit out now, so there's no problem," sort of thing. Yeah. And all this, she's like full on like laying into me, and I'm just like, "I didn't fucking do this. I'm just helping out, getting the work shit done."
Yeah,
we're gonna be here till like 6 o'clock at night. I know that's only 6 o'clock, but she's finishing in like 10 minutes. I was like, "What's the fucking issue?" And then I had one of the other girls come up behind, going, "Oh, happy birthday, Chloe. It's really nice. It's your birthday today." And all this. She's in the background trying to wish me happy birthday. And this girl's there going, rah, 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 rah. And I was like, "Oh, thanks, such and such for the birthday wishes. That's really nice of you." And then I'm just like, I'm sorting this shit out. Calm the fuck down. And then she's going, "What's happening on your birthday?" And I was like, "Oh my God." Like 2 polar opposite conversations. What the fuck? And I'm sat there going, hang on. She's wishing me a lovely happy birthday. This one's having a go at me knowing it's my birthday. Fuck off. So
Do you not
yeah,
say to her, like, listen, I know the procedure. Like, I've worked on the weighbridge.
I just hold my tongue because I don't want fights and that sort of thing. I can't be bothered with it. But I am going to
Yeah.
go in on Monday and say this is not acceptable because she was like, "Oh, you didn't tell anyone, blah." And I spoke to the other drivers. They spoke to the boss, the boss's daughter. You know, she'd arranged it all. That's their fucking issues inside there.
Yeah.
Don't take it up with me, who's doing my ass, and getting the work done, and we're all getting the work done to make sure nothing rolls over and, you know, bollocks like that. And then we get it in the neck. I was just like, do you know what? Fuck right off. That started my... Yeah, that was part of one of the annoying things this week. Yeah.
What's your other annoying thing?
My car.
Go on.
So, you know, my turbo's been on the way out.
You have mentioned it. Yeah, go on.
Well, that was fine. And then driving in Wednesday morning, my clutch went.
No.
Can you fix that
Yeah.
yourself?
It's not a cheap fix, and my
That's
car's not worth it.
It's pretty heavy
Is
too.
it not?
If my turbo's on the way out, clutch and all that bollocks, I just like, for what it will cost to fix it, I can get another car.
There you go.
Fuck.
And
yeah.
MOT runs out in September, so I was expecting a big bill in September. So I'm like, fuck this shit, I'm out. And I
Yeah.
thought, and do you know what's really annoying? Is I thought, that's all right, I've got a bit of money this month, that's fine. Do I fuck? Because, all right, partly my fuck up on the council tax. I didn't realise I was still paying for singles allowance council tax.
But what,
Right.
So I got a letter
does that?
a
Sorry.
couple of months
What does
ago.
that mean?
So you get, if you're on your own, you get a slightly reduced rate. So instead of like 150, it's 110, 109, whatever it is, 100 quid per month, or like over 10 months. So I didn't realise I'd been paying that. Anyway, so I got a message towards the end of the year, like a letter, and they said, oh, if you got a direct debit, don't worry, it's about 500, 600 quid you owe, that's fine, we'll sort it out. I was like, oh, sweet. You know, I've got 2 months left, or until the next running one, they'll take it out in 2 installments, sort of thing, or like do it properly. No, they didn't do any of that. They decided to, without warning, just take it all out at the beginning of this month.
Oh,
Fuck.
Yeah. So, which has obviously left me fucked.
Just out of curiosity, who do you bank with?
Lloyd's.
So I bank with. We've got a combination.
Yeah, you've got Starling, haven't you? And
Starling, and we also use
Starling.
Monzo as well.
Monzo. My brother's telling me to go to Monzo
it's
as well.
really good.
Yeah.
But like basically, you can put stuff into separate pots.
Yeah.
So we've got a joint bills account that we can both access. We've got a joint spending account.
Yeah, that's what
Then
I
we've
need
got
to do.
then we've got separate pots for savings
Yeah.
and for all stuff like that. And then that way, because do you get paid monthly or weekly?
I monthly, Daryl's weekly.
Right. So
But
we
yeah,
so
obviously
we
I
get,
plan it all, and then I wasn't expecting this big ass bill.
Yeah, well,
and my
this
car's
is-
breakdown and that bollocks.
but like what I do is I have so I get paid weekly. So I get I put, because what I've been doing is there's a YouTube channel called I think it's just called Financial Audit,
Yeah.
and it goes through basically people's personal finances and kind of
Yeah,
goes through all
he
the little
does.
bits and
Yeah,
stuff like. Have
I've
you
seen
watched
them.
him?
Yeah, my
yeah,
boss has actually told me to watch him. He's
Yeah, it's
very
really,
good.
it's genuinely really good, and it's some really solid advice in there. But what I do now is, we have a pot for the car. We've got a pot for Hey, I am a genuine adult now, like a proper adult. We have.
I'm still not there yet.
We've got a budget.
My God.
We've got like a budget with in a spreadsheet, and I've got stuff that automatically works out bits. So it works out. So we have having one section at our income, then we have how much is left at the end of
need
it.
that. I think
And
I need
honestly,
to do that.
I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll send you the spreadsheet that I've
Yeah,
got, and then
please
you can
do.
kind of fill it in. It's fucking
Please
honestly,
do.
I'm like a genuine, honestly, I'm an adult, and it is superb. Very much like it. Anyways, long story short, but
Do you
basically.
want my little cherry on the top though?
Oh God, to get worse.
Oh no, this is a good cherry on the top though. This
Oh,
is a
okay.
nice
cherry
top.
on the top is a tasty thing.
Yeah.
This
the
is a
cherry-
tasty
yeah.
cherry on
Wait,
the
the
top.
nail
Not
in the
crappy
co-
one.
nail in
I
the
know it's nail in the
coffin is
coffin.
the,
Yeah, this is Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good little thing.
Right.
You know, like the other week or 2 weeks ago now, I said that I might have a speeding ticket.
You don't?
I've not had anything.
Nice. No, but you know what? I've had that so many times, and then at the end of it, I'm like, fuck. Yeah, but I have had anxiety for 2 fucking weeks, and I think that
Yeah,
was worse.
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
rather just get the ticket the
Just get
next
it
day.
instantly. I
Yeah.
know. I know. Or no, like something instant. Oh, you've got
I'm
one.
sure, because really, let's be honest. They can get it to you a
Yeah.
lot sooner.
Of course they
If
can.
you
They
can
like you to
get-
spew.
If I can get whatever I want, like
Yeah.
we had to buy my missus a graphics card. If I can get her a graphics card the next day by 12 o'clock, they can get me a speeding ticket the next day.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure
They
that I'm
definitely
sure they're
can.
giving out lots of speeding tickets, and you're just one person getting a graphics card.
I'm
So,
sure that
you know what I mean?
Amazon
But-
is giving out more than just one item.
Yeah,
So
I know, but
they can fucking
everything is
send this shit
automated.
out. No. I call bollocks on that. They make you sweat.
They make you
play on
sweat.
anxiety,
100%.
the bastards.
100%.
Yeah. 100%.
We got Jack asking a question in the chat. He says, "Where do you get the biggest contraction of dickheads? Weybridge or shovel drivers? Would you say?"
Aren't you a shovel-
Concentration, but yeah.
Are you ever a shovel driver, Tom?
Yeah, I am. So yeah. Just yeah, I don't. Probably Weybridges, I'd say.
See,
But then
I've
again,
had
like the shovel drivers, when they're
Or
angry,
forkies.
they can break stuff. Like you've had it before. Have you had it before where they've just shoved it in and it's all gone onto one side, so that as you start to lift it, you can see the body twist, and you're like, oh no.
How do you correct that?
Yeah.
Do you like shake the truck kind of thing, or just?
No, they've just got to sort the shit out.
Well, a lot of the time,
Or you get up there with a shovel, don't you?
Do you know the easiest way to deal with it is
What?
put more in?
Yeah, even it out, I guess.
Because if you put more in and put it on the opposite side,
Yeah,
then
it evens it out.
it evens it out. So even though you're lifting like over your legal weight, because I've lifted a body at like, yeah, way over. Like I've ever said on here that the heaviest I've ever lifted.
Go on, then, what
what
is this on Arctic or is this rigid?
it's on Arctic.
Go on, what did
This
you come
is-
in at?
It's over 60 tons.
Did it come up like 000, whatever it's 99999,
it did,
where it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
register
yeah.
it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
I had
And
an Arctic.
that was from near Southampton to Preston. I ran at 60 to over
Yeah.
60, like nearly 64
and you don't even know
tons.
what you did. Yeah. We
Yeah.
had one a walking
Ju-
tour that came over out of Weybridge, and it just comes up going 99999. It's just like don't know how to compute this. Don't know what
Well,
it obviously isn't
thing is,
999. It's just broken.
There's a rolling weighbridge. So I just somehow the fuck I got away with this shit. I don't know, but they in Preston where I actually went through. There's a rolling weighbridge. Do you know
Right.
about these?
I-
It's basically it measures
yeah.
the axle limits. David, he fucking knows all about this shit. But in the UK, this is not quite as common knowledge as it is in the US.
Does each
Basically,
axle, doesn't it?
it gets each axle because Robinson's got done for it because there was a fault with their mid lift and it
Right.
didn't automatically drop back down, so it put the
Ah.
drive axle overweight. But anyways, for me, and the thing is, I think I have this recorded as well, or kind of recorded, but I obviously didn't mention this part. But I'd loaded near Southampton with peas, and I had a Stas trailer on test, and like do you know with your weighers, your onboard weighers? Have you used one before?
We don't have one, but I know what you mean.
We don't
it's
either.
basically, yeah. So you lift
wait,
the body
some
up
people
do.
to a certain point,
Yeah.
and like with the Feuerhof, that you lift them up to like kind of where for me, it's where the all of the the cables to kind of winch the sheet back over. They're kind
Yeah.
of in line with the wind deflectors. And so I kind of know visually when I get to this point here, I do that. But I did it with the Stas, but the Stas wanted to be higher. I didn't realize this. So the Stas was reading that I was at 44 tons, but I
Right.
wasn't. I was way, way out. So I fucking ran the whole way. And you know, at one point, I did think, God, he's struggling up this hill like. Yeah, now
That's
everyone.
funny.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I got
Do you
there.
have like
And I
a
was like,
little print off though on your automatic weighers? Because some get a little printer, don't they?
what on the board?
Yeah, on board weighers.
No, so I had an app I logged into,
Right.
and so
So
basically
surely it would show that weight though. So if you did get pulled, you'd be like, "Well, I'm sorry, but I did check and do all this.
see,
I wasn't concerned."
yes, you are right, and it did do that, but I don't know if that's the case. Yeah, I don't really know if that would be. Yeah.
Because there's
Just
kind of
quickly,
a-
I'm having an orgasm. Is this? I
you?
can't think what your name is now. Because he's saying mine comes up on the dash. I think are you the lad that works for Jenkies that got stuck in a ditch yesterday by any chance? Because
Daniel.
I noticed them ones weren't very good. They were shockingly inaccurate.
So the walking floor that I've used, it comes up on like percentages on your
Yeah.
axles, but it's not very accurate. You like literally, I can't remember how to do it now, but you'd have to watch the axles and they'd fill up from the rear and then bring it forward, or like the opposite way around, and you'd watch the axles get to a certain point and then you'd get out and then you've got like a air pressure gauge. When it hits sort of a certain point, you know you're about right. But again, if they've slightly overloaded one axle, it might not register how you expect it to.
Well, I also found at different temperatures it
Yeah.
would change. So when it was really cold, I wasn't getting anywhere near the reading I would do when it was very hot. Because obviously the air temperature is different, isn't it? Like the kind of like air pressure and shit.
The pressure and that. David's gone really quiet.
David's gone very, very quiet. We're talking about weighers and shit like that.
Hey, what do you want? What do you want me
West.
to say? What do you want? I'm just soaking in everything you're saying, educating. I feel like I'm getting educated right now.
Oh, okay, I like that.
You're
I
going to
like
come
that.
in with a random fact, made up.
Something like this
Well, the
one
only way-
time.
Well, nearly every truck that I've ever been in, right, has this one gauge. It tells you how much weight is on the fifth wheel, basically on the suspension. All
Yeah.
right, it just says what the PSI is, and a lot. So if you know that, now it basically tells you what the rest of the axles are. You know what I mean?
So
'Cause
you've
Yeah,
told this. You said this before. In fact, you said this
Yeah.
last week, did you? Because you said that was when you shifted the trailer axles, but the drive
that you came in
axle was the
overweight,
right weight. But in total, it was
Oh.
overweight.
Yeah. Again, it was. Because I saw what it was, so I just made it get more, and then I dropped my
Yeah.
my tag axle, which took a lot of weight, off that.
Yeah.
But whatever, it was So that's the only way we can do it. Well, there is some devices that you can buy, where you can. A lot of loggers they do it because there's no scales around, so they have to have their own little one. And it just tells you what the weight is. I'm sure it has to be calibrated once a week or something. I'd want it calibrated a lot, but yeah.
I don't know actually. It must be about every year, every couple of years. I don't know how it would be calibrated on those.
Well, all you have to do is just go to a weigh station, get yourself weighed at a truck stop, and then just like, okay, this is the weight. Boom, there's calibrated.
With the
You know what I mean?
tipper ones,
I
they're
think.
kind of so with tippers, they have basically they've got like 4 weigh cells. But I never
Yeah.
understand why they have 4 weigh cells, but they always say that they've got 4.
Yeah, but then
so they've got-
Weybridges do as well, don't they? They've got individual
Well,
cells.
but that makes sense. But with a tipper, they've got the 2 on the back near
Yeah.
the kind of like where obviously it's like the pivot
yeah.
points. Then surely they would only have 1 at the front, but for whatever reason they've got 2 at the
Well,
front.
they've probably got 2 on each corner for axles.
Well, yeah,
and
but
leveling.
the tipper's only got 1 pole that goes up, don't they?
Yeah, but it's not done on the pole, is it? It's done on your.
Well, no,
split
but yeah,
weight.
I, know,
thought there was 2
someone done
poles.
something- No, just
Oh no,
one.
it'll be one pole in the very middle, and then I get you. Yeah.
Mine's got
Yeah.
2 poles or 2 rams.
Yeah, but yours, but they're kind of like they're still kind of in the middle, aren't they?
Yeah,
Because they're kind of attached to
Yeah.
the hook, aren't they? Yeah.
Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah, something like that.
It's don't know, it's clever shit, but you can always tell. Like, I mean, we'll say some of them are unbelievably accurate. Like, I've had them where it's 20 kilos out, and that's pretty much it. It's like they are super accurate.
Yeah.
And I have had them before where you do, like you say, get on the weigh bridge and you have to kind of like be constantly calibrating. Oh, what's my thing here? I'll just lift the body up, zero the weight off,
I
make
had,
sure there's nothing on there and that shit. Yeah.
I had to jump in the shovel the other day, and obviously I've loaded a few walking floors, and they kind of, again, it's hit and miss, isn't it? How much it is. You kind of
Yeah.
know to do about 5 buckets, and then you start putting the 6th one in until they kind of beep at you. like slowly
Yeah.
in. So then I had to load a tipper, and I'd not loaded one of the tippers before because we've started getting them in to do some of the inert. And the guy was really nice, and I sort of loaded it as I did with the other one. I did like 5, and then I got to the 6th one, and then I started slowly putting it in. He stood there looking at me, like talking to me, and he was like, "Yeah, a little bit more," but he wasn't very like just a tiny bit more. He just kind of goes, "Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going." So I was like, "Okay, cool, cool." And he's like, "Yeah, you still get about a ton in there." So I was like, "Cool, cool." I keep putting it in, and then all of a sudden he goes, "Oh, I'm like 2 ton over now, thanks."
What the fuck? Well, so but wait, was his weigher on the bed?
Yeah. So he was out. The tipper was slightly up, and he had a weigher in front of him or something.
Yeah.
And it was like a really accurate one. But instead of being like, slow it down a little bit, he was like, yeah, keep putting it, like really excited about it. So I was like, oh, he must have loads of room.
What they normally do is like I can't really show this for the people on YouTube. I can show you, but I kind of like trying to explain it. But basically, for like Arctic tippers, basically you kind of spin your finger round and around and around, and that's like keep going, need lots, and you can kind of like faster you do it, the more you want on it, and then you kind of like tap your fingers together, like you kind of like
a little bit
like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's basically saying little bits, and it's just like little tiny little nudge. And so there's like kind of like an unspoken communication of like I want a lot, I want a little. And when you're doing like that, it's basically kind of, and it's
if you stop your hand movements, are you done then? I don't want any more.
Well, it's basically you'll kind of like as if like when you're doing it kind of like with the little bits, you'll kind of like do it like that, which is little bits, but I still want it quickly, and then you'll kind of go like slower and slower and slower to basically say we're coming towards the end, and then it's stop, hand up,
that makes sense.
But no matter where you go, that's kind of like an unspoken like rule between all of them. It's the same. There's a lot of like unspoken stuff. Like same thing as like when you kind of drive in somewhere and you see a shovel.
Yeah.
When the shovel wants you somewhere, they'll lift the bucket up in the air and like hold, like kind of freeze, a bit like one of them sniffer dogs when they find something, they'll kind of freeze in position, and then that's where he wants me. I'll back down to that point there, and then so. And
I get the guy on the grab do a little cross on the floor for me. He's like, I want it
oh, does
there,
he?
and he draws a little cross.
I like that. That's cool as fuck. Is that?
That's quite funny. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then if
that's
you miss
cool
it,
as
he's
fuck,
like,
isn't
why have you missed that? It's right there. That's a fucking cross. Sorry.
What, is he actually drawing it on the ground?
Yeah, just like only like very faint. You just like the edge
but
of
still,
the grab.
he's actually drawing it on the ground.
Yeah, so you can see a little perfect cross.
That's fucking great, is that?
Yeah, they are skilled when you watch them, really. It really is quite impressive. But
there's one guy who lives around the corner from me, and I've dealt with a lot of excavator drivers. He is big. It's Big Dave. He lives around the corner from me. Fuck me, he's good. I mean, holy shit. He is like he's the sort of driver that you kind of them when they do the trick shot stuff, when like lifting off like bottle caps. I can imagine him doing that shit. He is like
adding a tea bag to a cup of water with the air suspension.
Yeah, and like the other thing that he does as well is because he only loads our 8-wheelers, he knows the tear weights of them. Like when I first got there, I was doing like the whole like the hands out window, like waving like that. And then I started slowing down, and I can still feel him just shoving the fucking lot on there. And I'm like, Christ, you need to slow down. Like you're not. And then I look at it and I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. Fuck it. You've not listened to me, but you've got it. Fucking. I think he was like maybe like 20 kilos, 40 kilos out. I tell you what, he knows, like, he fucking knows. Yeah,
I imagine you get used to it, don't you? You know what weights go on. But a lot of them are scales and stuff as well, don't they? Some of them.
Yeah,
which is quite handy.
Yeah.
But no, we had we had one of our guys that drives the tractor, and he was jumped in the shovel when he wasn't meant to load himself and the tractor for soil, like so it's really heavy. And he picked up a full bucket of soil, and then he reversed backwards up to his trailer, aimed for his trailer, but instead of like getting near it and then lifting the bucket, he decided to lift up the bucket as he was going really fast towards it. And then for whatever reason, the bucket was in the air, pretty much slammed on. For some reason, I think he panicked, or I don't know what he did. Basically, everyone just saw him faceplant the whole bucket. He basically went like 180 straight on the front.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
Somehow,
Ugh.
I mean, this guy is pretty big. He didn't have a seatbelt
Mhm.
on. I mean,
In
how
fairness,
didn't-
you don't.
if
you
he
don't
was
in a
any
shovel, yeah.
smaller, he would have probably gone through the windscreen or whacked himself on the. He's also lucky. I think his belly held the steering wheel straight because obviously he flopped back up. Because if he twisted that steering wheel, that whole back end would have just gone sideways, and he would have gone on his side, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Fucking hell.
the boss obviously was looking at the camera at the time, and he went on the radio. He's like, "Get the fuck out of that machine right now! What you did was so fucking like it was dangerous. Like he could have
Yeah.
killed someone or himself." And my boss went mental, which you can understand. So yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
completely
Mhm.
banned from ever driving that ever again.
Oh wow.
See, where I am, you kind of expected to get on machines. Like, so
Well,
I can, yeah, it's one
Yeah.
of them ones where, but like, at the same time, like, there is obviously a learning, but fuck, you have to understand these things are so fucking
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I
really,
even,
really are.
I made a mistake because I didn't realize I went to go and pat down the stuff, but when I was pushing it down, I've lifted the front wheels off because I couldn't quite tell. And so
Yeah.
I've lifted the front wheels off it. But that obviously means that the suspension of the truck is taking the full weight of this machine
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well, or at least
Yeah.
the front end machine.
Yeah,
But it's just one of them things. It's so easy to make a mistake.
it's a
on
learning
something
curve
like
as well.
that.
Little things
Oh,
like
yeah.
that are a learning curve. It's when you've been
But
told
that's
not to do that and
also
slam brakes on.
complacent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you've been explained what something could happen, you very carefully. When you've got a full load on your bucket, you know that's top heavy. You
Well, I
wouldn't
mean,
do that sort of
you
thing.
keep it as low as you possibly. Like,
Yeah.
Same thing as a forklift. It's like driving with the fucking with the
Yeah.
stuff in the air. Like, fucking. I mean, yeah, it's so fucking dumb.
Although,
so fucking.
Did I tell
dumb.
you about the cables I knocked out the other week? I told you that, didn't I?
Yeah, you told us about the
Yeah,
cables.
it just reminded me of the guy on the forklift at the very top. Oh my god, that was horrendous. Sorry, this is all very random conversation. I wasn't
It's very,
expecting
very
this.
tricky. I like it. David, have you got a topic this week? I feel like we've not spoken to you. Like me and Chloe just sat here happily chatting away to each other. Sorry.
We're getting
I feel like I
excited
already
about
talked
stuff.
about my thing. It was just I got a puppy coming tomorrow, so
Yeah, you do.
I'm
Actually,
I'm stupidly happy. That's
Where are you
You're
going?
just sat there living your best life. Wearing
Yeah,
fights with
ignoring
like,
us.
like,
They
smashing
talk
up
about that
cars.
shit. I'll think about my puppy. Where are you going to
No.
later today, David? You're going for a wedding, aren't you?
I am indeed. Yeah. The guy
You
who
taking
actually
the children?
no, there were specifically said no children. Actually, the where it said no
Oh.
children, the font was actually larger for that than the actual anything at all on the invitation. No fucking children. Straight up, no,
Wow.
no, it wasn't. But
What?
just no children. Just basically no children. Let's just have an adult night out. I'm like, oh yes. So we have a babysitter.
That's not a bad
coming.
thing, to be fair. Yeah.
It isn't. Yeah. So we have a babysitter coming in a few hours. We've never had a babysitter before, besides someone we know, which is very rare anyway. But we got someone from our daycare, and they're coming. She's coming along later on. So it's like, we of course we had to clean the entire house just to make sure that there's no judgment there. And yeah, so it's just it's. I was actually complaining. I'm like, oh my god, this fucking wedding is costing us a fortune. I had to go fucking buy new pants. I've got a new shirt. I'm like, lucky enough, I got to borrow a jacket from somebody, and then we got to get a babysitter, and that's going to be nearly $200. Well, not 200, like maybe 150.
$200.
Well, it's like $20 an hour.
Holy
It's like
shit.
$20 an
How-
hour. It's 180. It's
God.
She's on more money than me.
yeah.
How long are they looking after the children
Around
for?
8
Chloe,
hours. Basically, I told
Chloe.
her to get
Should
her
we-
around
should we
2.
We're in
quit
the
and
wrong
go to-
job.
We're in the wrong fucking job. What the fuck is going on?
Do you know what we could do? We could set up a baby care business in your truck. So you could go to work and take your kid with you. I mean, I
Mhm.
already do that, but
I was
you
literally about to
could,
make that same
you
joke.
could
Yeah.
charge other people for it.
So they get here around 2, and I said we'd be home around 11. I mean, so what's that? 8 hours? That's like 9 hours.
Wow.
Plus we're gonna have to we're gonna feed them. We'll probably just give them like just get whatever you want at the
So
for
are
takeout.
they charging
or-
so much because you've had to use like a proper daycare people?
well, they're
because like if you went
charging
to a
so
little
much.
kid next door, they probably. Be like,
I'm
"Oh,
just
yeah,
I'm
chocolate."
basically going off of what everyone charges. Like some people charge less, some people charge more. There's 2 kids, and it's going to be non-stop going. You know what I mean? They're not going to be taking any naps. Well, they will come some 7:30, they're gonna go ahead and the baby will go to bed, and then 8:30 the older guy will go to bed, and then they have the rest of the night to themselves. So and they don't actually have to get up. But it's work. They are working. It's not like you're going to give them $50 to do fucking 9 hours of work. I know we do it for free every day. You know what I mean? It's just this is what.
How do you? Are you? Because I couldn't imagine having some random and I know this is one of these questions right before you get a babysitter. I probably shouldn't be asking, but I don't like the idea of having someone come in and like I don't know. To me, it's such an like odd thing. Like, I mean, babysitting to me is you're handing them to granddad. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, here you are.
Now, she works at a daycare, and she's
registered. Yeah.
She's she's proper. You know what I mean? She does. She does that. I did it on Facebook as well. I said I'm part of this childcare group or whatever, right, on Facebook. And so I put a posting out, and like, on the 3rd, I need a babysitter. From this time to this time, I got 2 kids. These are the ages, and wow, there's a lot of people who wanted to watch the kids. Obviously, they just want money. You know what I mean? They're like, oh my god, they're so cute. I would do that for free. No, not the case. But so a lot of people who did respond, and like, it was basically $20, and a lot of their resume was like, oh my god, you're like overqualified. I don't give a shit that you have all this stuff. I just want to keep my kids alive. All right, the amount of
prevent
stuff.
them from setting any fires. That's your only job. Make sure that they've reasonably been fed.
That's all I want. But so again, with the whole wedding, it's just like, my wife had to get shoes last night. When she had to get a dress. There's just a lot of money got spent on this wedding that it's not even for us. And then I realized, wait a second. The amount of money that people paid to go to my wedding. You know what I mean? It was like 90% of the people flew in to go to our wedding, and it was over 100 people at our wedding. You know what I mean? And they had to do the same thing. They had to get well, I didn't have to get nice clothes. Ours was actually casual. And I didn't want anyone to like wear jeans and all that kind of thing. There was one guy who wore fucking cargo pants and flip-flops. I'm like, you fucking prick.
So a wedding?
Yeah. It was just why
My
dude?
man.
Did all of a sudden, and like you get told that they're like, by the way, we're going to a wedding. We're like, what? Oh, just go as you are. Fuck it. Who cares? Whatever. But anyway, so they all, most people had to fly in from Ireland, from Portland to LA, and then they had to get hotels. So I'm going to stop my whining about how much money this costs, and just be grateful that I can just drive 20 minutes to the wedding.
That is.
And
that's a bonus, really.
So no,
Wow.
I'm excited. We actually get an adult night out. You know what I mean? We don't have to like constantly watch over her shoulder, which we're going to do anyway out of habit.
I was going to say, you're not going to be panicking. You're not got like your nanny cam you can watch from the wedding.
I'm literally, I will have a nanny cam. Look.
Yeah, but are you not going to be like? Are you not going to?
This is my nanny cam right here. You can see my wife and my kid.
Can you talk through it, David? Can you creep her out? Be like a ghost.
She's
already
watching
listening.
it.
She's literally
watching
watching
the podcast. You dickhead.
No, you can when you're at the wedding, you can be like, hello, and creep her out.
No, I won't do that. I
That
will.
seems like a really bad idea. That seems like a good way of leaving your children by themselves. They're possessed.
The person who normally does that, who normally babysits for us, is actually going to the wedding too. But I have done that to her, and she was like, "You're such a creep." And I'm like, "Okay, I won't watch anymore." I'm like, "Okay."
So maybe don't do that then.
Yeah, I'm not going to do
lesson.
that. You know what I mean? I will add some SD cards maybe to the camera. Normally it's just live stream. All of a sudden, but I don't know. There's just I'm sure they're fine. They're probably safer with her than they are with me. Like half time I'm bloody watching TikTok videos when I'm watching my kids. You know what I mean? So, and just I try to baby proof the area enough to where I don't have to watch them.
If you get a Samsung Galaxy Note, you can have is it? Oh, so you can do the split screen thing. So you can have the the camera in the bottom and TikTok in the top, so you can have like 2 screens and be able to like multitask on it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the reason?
So you're not actually watching your kids. You're watching your kids for a screen. You're sat there and they're crawling by your feet.
Usually they're in ear's distance, but
distance.
It's fine. A lot of it was mainly just if they're awake. if they're waking up, that way I can actually see if they're awake. So okay, time to go get them, because I can't always hear them when they're crying. Like the older boy, we're just trying to make sure he's asleep and he's not running around. It's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not
I tell
for.
you what, they get easier as they get older.
There's a few
100%.
times I will throw the camera on, because I have to go downstairs and I have to use the restroom, so I just kind of keep the camera on them when they're in the living room, making sure they're not killing. It turns out my older boy, he likes to torture the baby. He really does.
Oh my god.
Say what?
That-
Do you want to go ahead and just rephrase what you've just said there? Because that sounds so very bad.
Sounds like you've got a little miniature psycho on the horizon.
He gets excited,
sure about
and then
getting a
he'll end up. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, let's not use the word torture. Let's just
Yeah,
say
that's definitely a word that's got a lot of like baggage.
Red
with it,
flags.
let's-
Red flags.
he just maims him once in a while. Is all.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. Yeah.
He'd be alright. Is it accidental? Is it?
Accidental on purpose. He knows he's doing something that can hurt them. And like, oh no, it was an accident. I didn't mean to. But you were swinging the pillow round and round and round and round, getting closer and closer to him. And like, but it was an accident. I didn't mean to hit him. But you knew you probably were. All right. So there's just a lot of.
You know what? I've seen this where they're doing something and they're kind of like watching you to see how kind of close they can kind of do this without getting in trouble.
Little shit.
And then there's there's that look at that they give you, like, listen, you knew what I was doing. You let this happen. This is on you as much as it's on me here.
So my wife and I, we want to start making videos on our kids, kind of skits. All right, so funny skits. So my wife has been writing down these conversations that she's had with her boy, like especially in the car, the ridiculous stuff that the expectations. One was like his water bottle fell, and like, but I want you to get it, and like, but you can get it yourself, and like, it was just going back and forth, and like, basically you pick it up, then give it to me, then I give it to you. Kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like I didn't want to do it myself or whatever. It was, I can't remember exactly, but she every time that she has a funny situation, and I told her, I was like, how about this? How about we do it where we get the green screen involved and all that, but I'll be the child. All right.
Yes.
And,
I was literally just
David,
thinking that. Yeah.
So should.
And but I won't do it in a baby voice. I'll just do it in like in my own voice, like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Deep voice.
Please
And
do
like,
that.
yeah. And you
I've
know what I
seen
mean?
people do these skits. They're so funny. You gotta do it.
But
Watch
yeah.
you
So
do them. That would just be hilarious.
yeah. Yeah. So I just figured,
Especially if it's filmed, so you can see like there's a child in the back, and if you like, say for instance, if he's like wearing like a blue hoodie and you're wearing the same blue hoodie, so it's kind of like you kind of the kind of wide shot with her in there,
Yeah.
and then
Well,
it goes to the kind of close up shot, so you can.
I will put the camera down to where it'll be from her point of view. All right, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna take a picture of the view of the car seat over her shoulder. All right, and then I'm gonna do some video editing
Close
to
ups.
where
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some video. I'm gonna just picture. Then I'm gonna videotape myself doing it, and then I'm just gonna like put myself in the car seat. And,
Oh my God, that'd be so
I'll
good.
I don't know how to do normal. I can only do crazy
for
stuff.
me,
Yeah.
I would do 2 shots. So what I would do is have it so that you have your son in the back, but wearing like, so say for instance, like, so basically, so you can't see his face, but you can see his kind of like, so you have it like, so that it's a dash cam looking back on her face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see the edge of
You can
him.
see there's a kid.
So you can see there's a kid there, and you
Yeah.
can see that his arm's sticking out, and you can see that he's got like a blue hoodie on. Say you get the
Yeah.
same blue hoodie,
And then it cuts
and
to
then
you.
you can have kind of like do as a kind of like, so you kind of like doing the shot from the
Yeah.
I get it.
back seat
headrest
almost.
looking back,
Yeah.
and you can do the 2 different shots and kind of cut between the 2 of them,
Yeah.
and then
That'd
that
be
way
fun.
she can practice all of her lines
Yeah.
and kind of
Mhm.
like do them like, and kind of like deliver them in different ways, and then cuts to you green screen basically, and then
you
kind of
You could get it in live action then when he's actually doing his replies, and then you can just fill it in, can't you, and copy exactly what he does. So it's just easier for you to do as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or just,
Now
there's
lots of ways to do it. There is, I think I was thinking
You
too,
so
as in
gotta do
like
that, David.
because a lot the video has a lot to do with moving because the vehicle is moving.
David, can you get the little hands as well? I love it when they do that. Have you seen that when they do the little hands?
I hate the little hands.
I hate those
the
little hands too.
And your little
They're
beard.
just like, oh no.
Oh, they're so cute. It
The
makes me
Trump
chuckle.
hands.
The Trump
Is
hands?
that what they are? Trump hands.
Yeah, because he's got tiny hands, isn't he?
He has average
he?
size hands for his size.
Don't know.
Well, we
I've
did
heard he's
discuss
got tiny
hands
hands.
earlier. Are they?
Is he going to win? By the way, or is it Camilla Hammer Harris, whatever her name is? Is she going to like? Is it actually looking like-
I think she might win because he's making a fool of himself. Now, he has these
Is he?
diehard fans that nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Basically, they've even said that like I don't care what he does. I'm going to vote for him. He could say whatever he wanted to say. He could say he could do whatever the worst possible thing, and it doesn't matter. He's got his diehard
Yeah.
fans, and of course. We have, I would say we have, and like there's people on the other side too, and like, well, I don't care. I'm going to vote for whoever's not him. You know,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what he says. It doesn't matter what Kamala Harris says or whatever. It just doesn't matter.
I've not seen her. Is she meant to be all right? Is she definitely going to be taken over?
Well,
Is she?
Yeah,
from
she.
him.
Yeah, well, she is the vice
Yeah,
president currently
running.
right now,
Right.
and she hasn't got the. I think there's she is. She's going to be the one who's running. Nobody else is going to go
Right.
against her. She already has the votes from the delegates. Delegates?
okay.
I don't know, whatever it's
I
called.
think she
Whatever it
raised
is.
the highest amount in a single day.
Yeah,
like,
really?
ever.
people were
Like,
very
it was,
excited
like,
that
majorly, yeah.
that what's
Sounds
Because
his
quite
I did
face-
promising,
think
then.
because Biden was starting to like. I mean, as an
He's been
outsider,
looking like he's struggling.
I
he's
was looking at him
looking-
going, this
yeah.
guy should not be president. He should
Yeah.
probably. We need to be putting this guy in a home soon. This is.
He
Like,
looks like he's really
is
been
not looking
struggling.
good.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's when I'm sat there and I'm listening to Donald Trump going that he's old. I'm thinking, honestly, Donald, I hate to admit it, but you're right. You're right there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks
Yeah.
like he's really been
Yeah,
suffering.
when
actually.
Donald Trump is making points that you can get behind, something's gone wrong. Someone's gone wrong somewhere.
When they
Something's
did a
gone real
video
wrong.
of the cut-ups of their little talk thing, and actual Donald Trump looks almost like the better of the two. And you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Because there
bad
was some bits
times.
where their faces were like their faces. It was just hilarious. It was just.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it. I really
amazing.
couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch the reviews. I
No,
couldn't
I
watch
just
it
watched
because
the clips.
it was. I couldn't even watch that. It was just like nope. I just felt sorry for an old man, and now he's getting mocked on TV. And it's like, oh, like when he fell up the stairs going up into the airplane. You know what I mean? He tripped.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that, Chloe?
Yeah.
And
then
I was
Donald
like, I
Trump
was
did,
like,
did he not?
"Aw." No, Donald Trump couldn't get a bloody air. He couldn't close an umbrella, and
right.
he just left it there. But lots of people fall. Another one that he was on his bike. Biden was on his bike, and I think it might have been one of those clip where the shoes actually click onto the pedal, and he couldn't get his
Yeah.
foot off, and all of a sudden he fell. I'm like,
I've
oh
seen
no, like he's an old
just
man.
I think
Unfair.
the best president was Obama at the end of his
Yeah.
when he did not give a fuck and he was just doing shit. He was just living his fucking best life, and you could tell, like he was
Mhm.
going on between two ferns, and he was just like there was so much he was doing. I was just thinking, that guy's having the fucking time of his
That
life
guy
right
was
now.
cool. He was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a cool president.
He was
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Absolutely, he was. But yeah, you know,
I don't even know
politics.
who we've got
God,
now. Have we got someone new?
What do you mean? Oh, you guys?
Keir
Yeah, you
Starmer.
guys.
We've got Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
he,
the dude.
He,
yeah.
he didn't even have to promote or whatever. He didn't even need to campaign. It was just
We just didn't want the Conservatives.
yeah. So because a lot of people didn't even know who he was. It was like, yeah, I'll vote for whoever's that. It's like. I think
Someone
I watched it.
different.
Yeah, I think I watched a John Oliver thing on it. Usually, the
Yeah.
only English news I ever get is from John Oliver. And
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
still doing. He still does American. Just once in a while they do an update.
So
on,
you know
what happens in
what's
England.
weird? Do you know he makes the jokes on the? Because I watch him on YouTube, the things, and so, you know he's been doing like some of the like, so he's been putting like full episodes up on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and so I've watched some of the stuff on there, and he makes jokes about like, in England we're going to be doing this. We've been watching some of the other episodes on Now TV, so the British version, and he's fucking committing to them jokes that he says. So there's one where basically it's doing what's it? Something Godfrey. What's his name?
Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah. And he basically for 5 minutes reads reviews of restaurants out. And for 5 minutes, he's just reading reading Google reviews.
Gilbert Godfrey or the Gilbert Godfrey voice?
Yeah. No.
Gilbert...
As in him is on stage, basically just reading out these reviews. So please tell me he's still alive.
Oh, I think I've seen that one. Yeah. I've seen someone doing that sort of thing, and some of the reviews are just hilarious. Yeah, I think I've seen that one.
No, he died.
Yeah, he's dead.
In 2022.
I was like,
that's absolutely.
I'm not going to be the bearer of the bad news in that one.
Well, you are. You were the ones.
But
so I was just quickly. I was talking about like political shit. I do want to talk about fucking what's happened in Southport.
What's Southport?
What? Oh, is that the stabby stab?
Fucking, it's not just that.
Is that in England? Is that in a different country?
Yeah.
So this is in the northwest. It's kind of just north of Liverpool, basically.
Yeah.
And basically, some lads. He's only 17 as well. He's like, he's clearly got mental issues, and he's stabbed like just gone around with a knife and just been stabbing people and like little girls.
Oh no!
But that's like it's fucking horrific. That's not what I want to talk about though. I want to talk about these fucking like British national what is it? What are they called? British is it English Defence League? Thank you, Phil. The EDL, EDL, and basically they're going round and they're just smashing places up. And the first they said that this guy,
I've not heard of that.
Right? Oh, it's really bad. Like, so there was a rumor going round that this guy was an immigrant and he was one of the people that came over on a boat. Like, the ones that kind of like try to kind of like chance a look in the English Channel. And there was a rumor going round, and so they all congregated, and so these people are reeling from this horrific thing that's happened, and these fucking skinheads have come in and just set the place ablaze. They've assaulted police officers, they've hurt police animals, they've set a police car on fire, they've thrown bricks. They're now doing it in the northeast as well. Although there is one fucking amazing video which I will try and find again because
these people are called the English Defence League. Yeah,
it's basically like they're like the Trumpiest of the Trumps.
Gotcha.
Like supporters, like they're kind of very, very, very like they're just racist. That's what they are.
Are they known as racists?
Yes. Oh yeah, the English Defence League.
They're proud of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So is it Proud Boys in America?
Yeah, but they don't
kind of that.
There's the Proud Boys. Yeah, there's a few other ones too, but
yeah, but they're kind of like, but so we'll just on a kind of another. There's a video because like they're throwing bricks and shit at the police, and like trying to hurt them. But there's a video. I'll try and find it. I'll put it on the Discord chat later if I do find it. It's someone getting hurt, but given the context, I'm okay with it.
Oh, I want to watch that.
It's one of these skinheads. It's one of these skinheads, and he's running up and he's giving these police grief, screaming at in front of the faces. And then one of their mates behind throws a brick at the police, hits him. Then another one throws another brick at the police. They miss again and hits him over the back of the head. And he turns around to clearly say, "What the fuck?" And another one hits him in the nuts. And I'm like,
my God, that is the best video ever. And I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, I don't like people getting hurt. But with this one context, I am
very satisfying.
Okay with this.
It's just like when the oil people, the orange stop oil crowd, when they get hurt. I'm sorry, I like it. I just hate them.
I saw a video of them. Did you see a video of them where they'd put a bit of like wire or something against a freeway or whatever it was, or a motorway, and then a pickup comes along and just goes, "I ain't slowing down," rips it apart, obviously, and then someone gets tangled up and it gets flung onto the road. I was like,
Oh,
oh my
wow.
god!
Yeah,
And
but
they're
I
all
think
going, oh my god! You're like,
the fact that a lot of people don't know about what's going on with these with like the English Defence League and like what they're doing. I think because the reality is, like with the Stop Oil guys,
yeah,
I mean, they're fucking muppets. They are absolute muppets for doing what they're
Yeah.
doing, but they are exactly that. They're just muppets. They're just people that are trying to kind of do something. They're doing it wrong, but they're, in fairness to them, they do check and make sure, like, if they're throwing it over a painting, they make sure it has, so it looks dumb. And they're fucking idiots for doing it. But at least in that context, they are at least kind of, there are some checks there. Whereas these
Mhm.
guys aren't. This is just violence. And it's violence just for the sake of, like, racism. And it's just for, and it should
Wow.
be really bigger news than it is. Like, it should, people
What's the
should be
reasoning
as
for them to do
disgusted
what they
the
do?
with
guys that wear the coloured hat. Is that those ones?
that. I don't know.
Or is that something else?
I couldn't tell you. But basically, this all sparked off because these kids got killed, and there was a rumor that sparked online saying that they were immigrants, like refuge,
Okay.
is it asylum seekers?
Yeah, I saw that.
And
And I'm sure the EDLs didn't like them. Correct? Do you
well, but yeah, and so they've started all these riots all over the country, and the original point was nothing.
yeah,
It's nothing at all. It wasn't. I mean, he's from Cardiff, so
yeah.
you know, like I don't know. It's just fucking. It's such a fucking.
Shit.
It's just
show.
disgusting, really. It's so disgusting that
Wow.
like,
We've really brought
I
this
don't know.
podcast down.
Yeah,
he does
sorry.
that.
But have we got facts of life?
We don't.
Should we do? Have we got some truths and lies?
I do.
No.
You don't.
I don't. No, I'm not ready for that. Don't give me
Do-
that bullshit.
Well, do you want
You
to
should
come up with a couple
always-
of truths? And if anyone's on chat, message
Well,
Chloe
obviously,
on Discord. And send us some
obviously, we're
lies.
going to know that's a lie if they're going to be messaging her. And all of a sudden, she has one. You know
Well,
what
no,
I
if they
mean?
go privately through me.
Yeah.
Go on,
I'm
Ed,
saying
do
come up
it.
with some truths.
I'll blag something. Go on, do. Go.
All right.
Go.
Well, I feel like we need to pick up the thing after that horrible depressingness.
Yeah, we do need to pick up that. on.
Right, should I go first? As I've about to get one second sheets. I love my spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Truth and lies. Pick a number
7.
between 1 and 41. 7.
How have you got 41?
Because
Yeah.
he loves us all the
But
time.
but in fairness, there's a lot of them that I kind of I use now, so I just go for the next closest one. So I've got one for my first celebrity crush, and it was Gadget from Rescue Rangers.
Your first
Which one was Gadget?
celebrity.
My first celebrity crush.
Was that a girl
was
or a boy or a
Gadget.
robot? What was it?
I think she's like a mouse or
Do
something
you know
like
what
that.
mine was?
Go on.
Rescue Rangers.
Hmm?
Simba.
What was yours?
Simba from the Lion King.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
Fucking
Bless you.
lion.
You know that
Uh,
our cat's called Simba.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah,
hardcore name.
it's a good name, yeah. But yeah, there you go. That's mine. Ask
Okay.
away.
So you're saying that your first crush? Are you saying celebrity crush or crush?
Was a mouse.
So the first time I was like, I like, this is.
I like this.
I kind of like.
like
I kind of like. Yeah,
rodents.
I like this. Yeah, and I don't know. I can't. Like.
Was
I
it a
kind of,
girl?
yeah. You've asked like twice now. I feel like you kind of. I don't know.
I'm still getting a bit like over it. Like, okay. Because normally when it's cartoon, it's like Jessica Rabbit or something like that.
Well, I don't know how
Okay,
old
why?
I was. I was.
What?
So you're
what
trying to
made you
convince-
like
you're
this thing?
You're trying to convince us that your first crush was a cartoon character and a
How old were you?
mouse.
How old were
Um,
you?
How old was I? don't know. I'm guessing like 10, something like that.
Oh, that's quite late to do that, right?
But maybe
Okay.
maybe younger, should I say? I'm trying to
So-
think. It'd be very, very, very young, anyways.
When you watched your Rescue Rangers, this is with Chippendale, isn't it?
It was, yeah. She has like
Yeah.
a scrunchy nose, and I liked it.
Okay, all right. So you like
So you
your,
like
your
button
scrunchy
noses?
noses?
Is that what it is?
I just liked that, you know.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Right.
Like,
I just... What did you do with this information? Like this?
I don't know. I was
information,
just
did you
kind
tell
of
people, or you
consciously wet.
just-
Well, no. It was honest with you, it was like I don't know. It was just something I was always like. I don't know wrong. It was only when I was writing this list that I was like, I don't know. I thought it was going to have a fun little tidbit, and I
I
was
feel
like,
like it's more of a
you
fun
know.
fact, but
Yeah.
now, okay, I don't even know. Was that the only crush that you've had?
Mm.
Did
I
you?
don't know.
Hold on.
I
You know
think
what?
when I
Cancel
was
that.
younger, go on.
Did this ever have a? Did you ever have future girls that you liked because they kind of like looked a little mouseish? Did it ever have an effect on your, on that?
No.
Because there is some girls out there that actually kind of have like mouse
Yeah.
features.
No, I get that. No, you know what? No. In fact, if anything, because like my kind of my first proper crush, as in like not my first like kid like childhood crush as such. My first proper crush was Jet from Gladiators, and I like that
Fair
hair.
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people liked her.
Oh fuck. God dang, Jet was like she was all that. Don't know, I correct that. It's silly,
I don't know
but yeah.
how to catch you out on this because
I don't either.
other
I
than
like.
the age, when you're
I've-
saying 10, I think that's too late.
The
That's the only
age
thing
might
I've
be
got
wrong
to
on
go
that. Yeah,
on.
the age might be wrong on this.
I believe it. I believe that he could totally have a crush on a cartoon character that's not even human.
Yeah.
It
whether
just
it's that
seems.
one.
That seems
I'm
so.
going to be honest with you.
Rabbit.
I thought this was a lot more controversial, and I thought this was going to be like, what? That's so weird. But then Chloe came in with the Simba thing, and I was like, oh well, maybe this wasn't as
I don't
crazy as
think
I thought
this is
it
weird.
was.
That's the thing. I think this is quite a common thing that people don't realise.
Is it really?
I think so, yeah.
I know that there
David.
was there. I know there was one for me too. I just don't remember what it was. I just know that there was an animal. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was like obviously
I think
Babs
it's like the
Bunny.
character or something.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or,
Are we all secretly furries though? Is it just us three, and we're all just a bit weird? I don't know.
I mean, we are just a bit weird, but we're not secretly furries, definitely not.
what other characters that were animals? You know, that are a little sexualized. Like I remember in Animaniacs, I think there was hello. No, that was an actual person where they go,
quite a
hello,
few.
nurse.
When you actually look back
Yeah.
at some of the kids programs, they're like I'm watching Animals of Farming Wood with Logan.
What, the
He is-
original BBC one?
The original.
No,
He is
fucking
loving it,
way.
but it's quite full on, and you don't realize. And you're like Badger died the other day, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot about this. Like all
I
this
don't know this
childhood
one.
trauma that I used to have, and now I'm giving it to Logan. I feel
Have
bad
we
for
talked
making him...
about? I watched a show. A year ago, I actually found it again, and I actually found the exact episode. And I think I'd gone around to someone's house, and they had this kids' TV show on, and it was just
Yeah.
part of it. And I remember seeing, basically, it was about these giants in like Yorkshire with this kids. And like there
Right.
was like these giants walking around. And I remember them like, there was this scene where he's looking and like they see this thing and it's there walking across it. And it stayed with me for like a decade. And I vividly remember that feeling of looking at that thing and thinking, wow, that would be, and like ever since then, when I look at like the moors and I look out that is what I think of. I think about that giant walking across there. But then I found it last year, and I was like, wow, those CGI effects do not hold up. This is not what
this is the
what
problem
I had
watching
in my
this
head
program.
was not the same
Yeah.
as this.
It's great to rewatch something, but then like you watch it and you go, I don't remember it being this bad.
No,
Like,
it
I don't
was-
know whether I've got
it
so used
was
to good quality
Garbage.
stuff, or
Remember
at the time you
Samsung?
just think it's
Samsung?
amazing.
Not Samsung. Samson. You know, or is it like it was our Hercules or whatever back when the claymation with the dinosaurs, and it's like it was the stop motion. God, that was crazy bad. But it's what they had. It's what they had back in the day. You can even
But
look
back then
at
it was
Roger Rabbit.
amazing.
You can even look at Roger Rabbit and like, oh, that's just bad. Ooh.
Yeah.
You know, compared
yeah.
to what they can do now. Like, have you seen If? The movie If?
No, not the new one.
no.
No.
And like, wow,
Not
they
gonna watch it.
really do such a good job of implementing cartoon characters into real life. Like, it just looks so real.
Oh no, the good film If. I thought you were on about the. It.
Oh
I thought
yes,
you were
with
about
Ryan
It.
Reynolds.
I've watched
No,
If
no.
with
I've
Ryan
not seen it,
Reynolds.
but yeah, it looks really
It's
good.
really
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there
I like
another
that.
show that
That's
is
good.
If?
No,
I was
I
thinking
was
you're
thinking
saying
of,
It, which is the one with the clown, is what I was
Oh,
thinking
okay,
you were
no.
talking about.
I was thinking of something else. I'm going to go one level deeper. We will come back to this. What do you think of Robert Downey Jr. coming back to the MCU?
Oh,
Is he coming back?
Yes.
yeah, he's coming back.
Is he?
Yeah. he's
How
got
do you
stuff to
not
do.
know this?
I didn't know that. What?
Yeah.
Okay,
Obviously he
maybe
died.
the fact that you don't know about the EDL, maybe that's not so bad, because I'll be honest with you, the Robert Downey Jr. things, that's even bigger news.
That is
What, as in he's
huge
coming
news.
back as Iron Man?
No.
Well,
he,
no, right, but right, I know what you're about to say
This is-
here,
yeah.
but he said so basically it's come forward and he's taken this mask off and said that he's Doctor Doom, but he didn't say he was playing a new character. He
I've
said
not seen
he was
that.
it
When
was
was
a new
this?
mask. So I wonder.
New
this
mask,
is my,
same task.
So
yes,
is he?
that was it.
Because
So-
they've introduced the multiverse, so he could just come in.
Well, is it that, or is it the fact that he died with the Infinity Stones? Maybe he's
Oh.
the same person, but twisted in some kind of like way that he now comes back into the MCU, still as Tony
Iron
Stark,
Man, but like,
but
yeah.
now as Doctor Doom. Mm.
Ooh,
exciting.
I'm well excited.
Also,
When's this coming out?
where I don't know, like say 2026 is it, something like that.
Oh my god!
But we
that's
are going to
far
go
too
and
much.
watch Deadpool tomorrow. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
that
watched
looks
that.
good as well.
Yeah,
That
don't
looks
spoil
really
that. I'm fucking very excited about that. Anyways, so is it a truth or lie?
Oh, I think
I'm
it's the
gonna
truth.
go lie. I'm going lie. Oh, you're going true.
Interesting.
I'm going lie.
I'm gonna go
Just
true.
purely on
Okay.
the age. That's all I've got.
Okay, it's true. It was true.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, it wasn't the most interesting one. I'll be honest with you, it's the least interesting of the list that I've got on there.
Oh, in the
Um,
comments, I'm
I
having
was-
an orgasm. I want to see Twisters. I want to see
Ah,
Twisters.
I
'cause
don't
I've watched
know.
the original and I loved it.
I loved the first one. I
I
wanted to
love
become a
Twister.
meteorologist because of that. In fact, that film is the reason why there is. So that some people, we had. Because me and David were talking about 2 years ago. Was this about now? We wanted to make we were kind of wanting to diversify the podcast. And one of the things that we discussed is having like a different type of guest on. And as an experiment to this, we had this guy who was a tornado chaser.
Yeah.
And
I did
that was
post. I did post that video.
Oh yeah. No, but that was the reason why there's that one random episode that doesn't kind of fit in with the rest of them. It's something completely different. It's because we were kind of experimenting, but it was
interesting, that
because
was. I liked
I
it.
genuinely loved it. I could have fucking sat and talked to him all fucking night. But yeah,
You know, I
I
ended
mean,
up
we
doing
literally
that.
did, to be fair.
When you, I know after the
really.
after you guys left, I started. I was
Yeah.
chatting him for like I know, like an hour and a half.
No.
Oh yeah, but it was like 1
Yeah, it
or
was
2 o'clock in
really
the
late,
morning
yeah,
for us.
really
at that
late
Yeah,
for
point.
us,
that's why I was
Yeah.
able to do that. Yeah, because it was our
Yeah.
second podcast. We actually recorded 2 podcasts that one night.
Yeah, that
so
was a
you
night.
guys were pretty exhausted. But
That was a
Yeah.
weird energy we had.
It was, yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
but it was true anyways. So there you go.
there we
Wow,
go.
That was a
You
true
get
lie
one,
that went
you
on
get
a
1
tangent.
point. All right,
Well
I'll
done,
do one.
David. Go on then.
When I was a painter, I accidentally painted the wrong house.
Why?
So was it? Were you just? Was it just you? You were a one man band.
It wasn't a 1-man band. That day, it was a Saturday. The guy asked me if I wanted to work. He needed this particular house done, and he said he was going to show up later or whatever. Right? You can just start on this. Here's the address. Blah blah blah. This is the color house, and I started painting. I know I didn't finish the house. All right, I should probably just maybe clarify that. I didn't actually. There we go. That's proud work there. Let's sign my name on that there. And like no, I started. It was a blue house, and it was already blue, and I'm just redoing it because it was a kind of a shitty looking
Re-bluing it, yeah.
You know what I mean? And turns out there was another house across the street that was the same kind of color and everything, right? And
Yeah.
and I started on it. I started doing I started masking everything. I started, I started doing the sills, and it was just, He came in around 12 and screaming bloody murder at me, and and it was just, yeah.
How far had you
basically.
got?
So how did you get it mixed up as well?
I just looked at the wrong house. Is all. It was. It wasn't directly across.
Did you knock on the doors?
We didn't have GPS. We didn't have Google and all that kind
But
of
was there
stuff.
not anyone in there in the house?
There wasn't. There was. There was nobody in either of the houses,
Well,
because a lot of times when we paint.
so how long were you there for?
I got there. I got there at 8 o'clock. I set everything up, and then I started doing the the proper the
And were the
cleaning
people
parts.
were the
Yeah,
people
so
that
no
you were
one was
supposed
at
to be
home?
going to? Were they in?
No, they weren't in either.
Oh, okay, right.
And the house
Because I was
that you were doing
thinking,
weren't in. Yeah.
surely
Surely
someone would be looking
someone
across the
must
house
have
and be
been
like,
No,
going,
it was the
"Wait."
outside of the house, not the inside. Just to
Well, yeah,
clarify.
but
Yeah, but
that's what I
still.
figured. Yeah,
Yeah.
They would look out and go, that dude's painting the wrong house.
yeah.
Surely.
I'm like, oh, my neighbor's getting their house painted today too. No, no.
Okay,
I started working on it, and I just didn't check, and I was convinced that was the house because I live in the town. I was like, okay, that's the house. Whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
it's always when you're kind of that sure about something, isn't it?
yeah, and I just fucked up. I just majorly fucked up, and of course we had to, yeah. Anyway, so
what did you have to do? Finish what you're painting? Because now it would look weird if you half painted it.
we didn't. We just because there wasn't that much done to it already, and of course, I can't remember what the logistics of it afterwards was because it was the boss who had to talk to him. And,
male honeybee.
So because they didn't want to, we didn't destroy too much of it. All right, I didn't start painting a crazy amount. It was only because there was like the bottom layer was different to the top part of the house. If you want to,
Right.
but so we finished that. We finished that off. Obviously, we didn't charge for that, I think. But after that, I don't remember. I remember having to fucking drag everything across the street to the other house and start working on that.
All I've got is this the image of someone turning up home being like, why is the house painted?
Have you seen
Who
that?
has
It's like
vandalised it?
it's one of them like insider edition things, and this house cleaner has gone into someone's house, and they were like, yeah, the key's under the doorstep, under the doormat. And it's gone in there and tidied the house. And the guy's come back and be like, called his wife up and be like, the house is tidy. Someone's broken and tidied the house.
That's like a dream come true. That would be amazing.
I remember that. All right, I do remember that. That's fucking hilarious.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That would be amazing. What a great break game that would be.
There's this recent video that I saw on TikTok that they were Hispanic or Mexican, let's say, and they didn't understand the instructions. They read it wrong. It was they were digging up. They were supposed to just do the bathroom tiles on the ground, but they did everything but the bathroom tiles. So they basically dug up all the tiles, all the ceramic tiles, all over the floor, and destroyed everything. And like, no, this was done. Like but anyway, it was pretty funny. And of course, everybody was commenting the fact that he was wearing short shorts. I love going to the comments. I love going to the comment section and saying, like, I bet people are going to talk about his fucking shorts. And they did. They didn't.
So what repercussions did you feel for doing this then?
I didn't get any repercussions. He pays me fuck all. So I would like, I only got $3.50 an hour. That's all I got. $65
wow.
a day. You know what I mean? I was.
Where was this? America or
No, this
Ireland?
is in Ireland. This is in Ireland. After I moved back to Ireland from America for 9-10 months,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that was
Wait,
that
this
was
is
just,
an
This is a
adult, and
stopgap.
you're only getting paid $3.50 an hour.
I didn't.
quite
I was
old though,
also getting
Tom.
unemployment. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, was it
Somebody
cash
what
in
was the
hand?
Hold on.
minimum wage
Hold
out
on.
there?
No. Hold on. It wasn't $3.50 an hour. What's $65 by? What's $65 by 8 hours? So
Oh,
what's that?
fucking 1 second.
Oh my god.
So maybe it wasn't $3.50. I remember
Someone's doing this.
the last job
It's
I
still
had.
not great. £8.
Oh, okay,
well,
okay.
Eight,
Yeah, it
12
wasn't
an hour,
great.
something
Yeah,
like
It
but
was
that would have been
whatever.
quite good back
He
then.
was-
That would have been
he was-
above rate.
He was one of my dad's best friends, and my dad got me the job. Whatever, right? All right, we fucked up. You know, at least he caught me. You know,
Yeah.
and we didn't do it. It wasn't that much. You know what I mean? And there was just you know.
Can you imagine if you'd finished that and then just gone? We'll
I
just
know,
go across
right?
the other
That's
side
what
of
he
the
said to
street
me.
now,
I was
get
like,
that
thank
side
God I
done.
showed up. You know what he was saying too? I was like, you know, I nearly wasn't going to show up. I figured you had it. And then, like, because I had other stuff that I needed to do. You know, you needed to go to a couple of other customers and get a quote. You know what I mean? And like, he nearly didn't come over, and he was just like,
Oh,
And
this
d-
is
and
too
did you-
believable.
Did you get the that phone call on your next few jobs of like, are you shooting at the right house?
they never trusted me again. They never
Yeah.
asked me to come
I
in by
wouldn't,
myself
no.
again. You know. But yeah.
I mean,
honestly,
it's
I don't
true.
know.
It has to be true. This
Yeah,
is such
I'm
a
going with that.
this is such a classic David story
Yeah.
that it can't be not true. Like, it's just not possible.
Yeah, it checks out
Yeah.
100%, David. If it's not true, I'm devastated.
It's false.
What the fuck?
No.
Yeah, completely false.
You fucking prick.
And I made everything up on the spot too. I actually
Did you
forgot.
really?
I just opened up the file. Would I bullshit you? And oh, okay. I guess I'm using this one. It's like the only thing I can see on the screen right now. When I was a painter, I painted the wrong house.
I
I
genuinely
complete-
believe that.
Well, that's what isn't that what the game is?
Yeah, but it's something I could see you doing as well.
Yeah,
That's the
I
thing.
really could. Yeah,
That
I
was
am.
just
I
a-
am
this is such a David
devastated that this is
typical.
not.
This is so typical of David.
Yeah, that was genuinely perfect because it had everything in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Even had the
I'm
bad math
Um,
shocked.
calculations as well.
I don't know. Somehow that could kind of trigger something off where when you know something, I'm like, oh, yeah, I know that area. I don't even have to double check that. Blah, blah, blah. I think I've done that to a delivery or something or another. You know what I mean? Where I thought it was this, and like because you just
I've
anywho.
definitely done something along those lines there, and I can't think what it was, but like
I mean, I can't say anything. I spent.
I've
ages trying to
I've
get
tipped
into
the wrong
car.
bays before. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have done that.
That's right. That's right. I remember one time I was at a customer. It was the same customer but different location, and I kept reading the message wrong. No, sorry. The load was so familiar, and it was like, all right, blah blah blah. This is how many miles. I know exactly where I'm picking up. All right, even though, but for once, the very first time ever, I was supposed to pick up at the location I was already at, and then I went to the other location to pick it up, and it just took me like an hour to get there, and then an hour to get back because the traffic was so bad. I'm like, no, you're picking up over here. I was just there. God damn it! But I'm always picking where I was delivering to.
Yeah.
Like because of the city I was delivering to, I always pick up the paper towels there. All right, and it was just I was fucking fuming, absolutely fuming because that just ruined my entire night. Anyway, sorry.
Oh,
All
sorry,
right,
I
Chloe.
did it a little while ago.
Yeah?
so
Chloe.
easily done. Yes, me.
Has
Oh,
somebody
shit.
messaged you with a fake
No
story
one-
for you to tell?
No one has messaged me whatsoever. Bastards. Okay. I was driving to work once and shit my pants, so I had to
Wait,
drive home and get changed.
Oh, that kind of sounds like a very similar story to the very first one I ever said, but I didn't go home.
I don't even know where to begin with this one here. I mean,
Okay.
I've always been a big believer that there are two types of people in this world. There are those who have shit themselves and those who will shit themselves. There are only two. Well, technically three. There's those people who have and will again.
Tom.
Everyone
I
shit
would say
themselves.
okay. The reason why I'm going with I think it's a lie is just because when I came up with that story, all right, you never mentioned this. I just feel like, yeah, I can see that happening. I totally did it myself too. I feel like you would have added that. You know what I mean? And like,
I could have,
you
but then I
could've,
might have been
could've.
saving it up.
Or you maybe forgot something like all of a sudden. No, but okay, let's just
You've put me on the spot, so I've
let's
had to
play-
dig deep in my memory.
let's play.
Yeah,
along.
I will say that could also play. Not everyone is quite as willing to admit that they've shit themselves.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You were driving to work. How far
So
away is
I'd-
work?
Well, this is when I started at EMS, and I was still fairly young and thought I was cool and going out drinking.
EMS.
EMS Waste Services where I work now, and
Okay.
this is when I was on the Weybridge,
Gotcha.
and I was in my car, and I'd had a pretty alcoholic night, let's say. I think there was times that I potentially shouldn't have been driving, but I was younger. I should have known.
yeah.
I've learned I wouldn't do that ever again.
Mhm.
But I think it gave me the shits, and I thought I was gonna fart, and it was more than a fart.
Dribble.
Yeah. So I realised that this all went terribly wrong and made myself late because then I had to run back to the house, leg it up the
Drive
stairs,
back to your house.
and drive back to the house, leg it up the stairs, quickly have a shower, and then get changed, and off I go again to work. Yeah. And then they
Yeah.
lynched at me for being
I
late.
shit myself on a bus once. Anyways,
That's a new one we've not heard.
I probably should have saved that one, shouldn't I? And then that would have really
but
fucked
instantly,
David up, wouldn't it?
No, you bring it straight up. He'd be like, "That's true, 100% true." There's no questions asked.
Okay. Remind me again. So how close? How many minutes does it take for you to get to work?
From where I lived at the time, probably about 20 minutes.
No,
half
I
an
want to know
hour.
where you live right now. Of course, I want to know. I want to know how long your commute was.
Right? Can we have the postcodes to your old address and
EX6 something, and then the new one. And then works EX5. It used to take in bad traffic about half an hour. In good traffic, 15, 20
Okay.
minutes.
How many minutes into it were you? Do you think?
I was pretty much nearly at work.
Okay. You didn't have you didn't have a change of clothes, so so
And I
there's
what
two.
did,
lot
what
going-
did you tell him?
I didn't tell him anything. I just turned around and drove home.
But what did you?
But when I got in, I
yeah.
just went, I'm so sorry, I overslept. Sorry, my alarms didn't go off.
Okay, that's a good enough excuse. Overslept, yeah.
Yeah, solid excuse. Like 10 out of 10. You can't
Yeah.
really go wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, but if
I had a brand new pair of leggings on as well. They were pretty cool. I was really excited about them. And
I like these little
soiled
extras.
them.
I think these are very important to have add a little extra stuff to the story to make the lie sound better. You know, I did that in my lie just there. I'm like, I just had a little
Did you?
few extra. I did. I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, this is good. They're totally gonna fucking believe it by adding this shit. You know, like
David, you're not believing in me, are you? You were adamant.
oh no, yeah, this didn't happen. Go on, Tom. Give her a point.
I had an Audi at the time, if it helps.
I
See,
believe that she nearly did, or a little tiny little bit came out, but she managed to get there to the restroom at work and then just kind of wipe, you know. But as in like, so I believe the situation happened, but she didn't have to go home and change her clothes.
Oh my god.
That's,
I think this is false, but part of me wants to say true, just because I don't want David to win this week.
I don't have to work.
And I haven't won, so I'm just like, oh, fuck you, David. You know.
So what are you both going with? False.
I'm going with false.
Yeah, it's false. It's false, unfortunately.
Is it though?
Oh no.
Is it not? Tell me. Is it true?
It's false. It's false.
Oh.
It's
Genuinely
based
got my
on a
hopes up
true
for a second.
story. It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
So that's the spare of the
Yeah,
Based
but
on
it's
a true
not.
story?
It's
Whose
Yeah.
story?
My ex that I used to be with, he was really poorly and he went to work, which was over nearly an hour away, his commute, and he pretty much got all the way there and had to turn all the way back.
oh, poor lad. You'd just call in sick, wouldn't you?
Yeah, at this point you would, yeah, you'd be like, yeah, I'm going to be way too
Well,
late.
you
Fuck
just
yeah.
called up and just say, listen, I've just vomited in a lay-by. I have to turn back around.
Yeah.
Or just fucking it. I mean, just go for it and just say, listen, I've just shit myself. I have to turn back around. I have told this story before.
Can you imagine
but-
driving nearly an hour though in your shitty pants all the way back
fucking hell,
home?
That's and with it starting to dry in your pants and starting to stick to the seat.
You can't
no,
get out anywhere.
That's fucking grim.
'cause you can't do that. Yeah.
I've told this story before. I have to tell it again because it's the funniest
This is your
fucking
bus
story.
one now then.
This is Rob. When I was at Travis Perkins, this guy's he is a hero among heroes. He's sat there, we're doing stock take, and he keeps farting, and he's with this lad, and you could hear him just occasionally going, "Oh, you dirty bastard! Oh, that's disgusting, you dirty bastard!" So you can hear this fucking going on and on, and then Rob shouts, "I think you've shit myself." So, and then I saw him start to run. And I was talking to the deputy manager at the time, and he's running towards the gates. And I said to the manager, "Fucking hell, he's really going with this bit, isn't he?" And then we saw him go along down the back fence towards his car. It's like, wow, he's committing to this
dedicated.
joke. And then we saw his car flying off. I was like, oh no. He has definitely shit himself. He has fully shit himself.
That was it. He just legged it. Didn't
Yeah.
say anything other than he shit himself. Legged it. Amazing.
Yeah.
I think I was
Amazing.
maybe 10 years old when I shit myself. Yeah,
Oh,
but it
so
didn't
you're long overdue, my dude.
I was at the beach, and I remember it was when my dad was watching us, and my dad didn't do anything when it comes to changing us or
Shits.
shits, diapers. He was old school dad. You know what I mean? So he wasn't touching me. Like got me into the car, got whatever he could. And it was everywhere. It was proper.
Oh no.
It wasn't. It was just everywhere. All over my head. And like of course it got me home and threw me right into the bathtub and my mom did because she doesn't mind. But yeah, that was. I was.
God.
Anyway,
Wow.
Apparently, I shit the bed once as well.
Yeah, I did that when I was little.
I don't. No. I was in my like late 20s, like nearly. No,
Oh.
I was in my 30s actually, and I don't ever remember it. But like I was really ill, like to the point where I had to get the doctor out, and I shit the bed.
Oh,
so there
shit.
you go.
Nice.
So twice.
a
did
doctor
it.
came to you.
Yeah, I was really ill. Like, does that not happen in America?
I don't think so. I think the ambulance. I think the only. I don't know. I have never experienced a doctor actually doing a house call.
Yeah, they do. Like we've got like around here, it's called CHOC, Cumbria Health on Call, and
We
like
have
a doctor
virtual.
or like
we have virtual calling, but they'd prefer to,
No,
if you're.
a doctor comes to you, and the weirdest part of it is David doesn't charge you.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's really
No.
weird, isn't it?
All
Hashtag
over your
NHS.
chest, baby.
That's nice.
Oh, and
Can I
Phil actually, there you go. Phil actually used to do this. So basically, he used to drive the doctors around to people's
Ooh.
houses to do basically what I was saying about
Can't
that.
they drive themselves?
yeah.
I think for like insurance reasons they need like a proper
Chauffeur.
professional driver. So
Oh, I thought it was
And
just like
Phil
right.
kind of qualifies as that sometimes.
Allegedly.
Sorry, Phil, love you.
Go on,
Right, should we
Tommy.
end the podcast there?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we're
Just-
ready.
we've done 2 hours. I was just looking at
Have
that.
we really?
Fucking hell, it feels like
Yeah,
about
let's
not even an
finish
hour's gone
that.
past. So yeah, right. Well, thank you so much for listening. If you haven't listened, how the fuck did you get this far? But we shall see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Podcast manager and editor is David. Thank you very much, David, you beautiful man.
You're welcome.
I know I am. That's why I said it. Dickhead. Host this week, David, Chloe, and myself. I don't know why I was really aggressive with you there.
Yeah, I'm
So
like,
that's what
wait a
we're going
second.
with.
Caught me
It
off
was-
guard.
It was.
I didn't realize for like 4
nowhere,
seconds that you said
no
it. Wait a
reason. For no reason aggressive with you. It was an outro. We're going with it. There's one take only. If you would like to support us, like our
Move closer to the mic.
beautiful,
Just a little
fucking
bit. Just a little
shitting,
bit.
for
Just a
fuck's
little bit.
sake.
It's
If
amazing
you'd like to
what an inch
support
will do.
us,
That's what she said.
So is
Carry
that
on.
what you tell your
That's what
missus?
she said.
If you like to support us, like our beautiful, beautiful Patreons, you can go to patreon.com/JATP. Our Patreons give us money so we can actually keep this podcast running, so we can have like new equipment, like these microphones and all sorts of stuff. Thank you so very much. And I'd like to read out a list of people that I have pre-prepared. These are our mega supporters, so we like to thank you twice as much as the other guys. We love you all, but some a little bit more. So we have Arthur. One second, let me turn my phone. This is really not. I should have pre-done all this beforehand, shouldn't I? Arthur Job, Dildo, I'm having an orgasm. Jack Goodwin, John Brown, Justin Reaney, Master Bates, Me Hall, Phil Starkey, SMID, Skip Dude, Stephen Patterson, Timo, Trucker Colin. Thank you all very, very much. You are absolute legends. And the people that we love nearly as much, but it's not quite, is Big Mike, Gavin Williams, Neil Rees, Trucker Go, and Danny Flynn, the Huang King Master. You are absolute legends. And you can also follow us on places like TikTok and Facebook and other things like that. And thank you, and we shall see you next time. Bye-bye.